Live on a Friday night at Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the first of a two-game series and the first of a six-game road trip as the Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Chiarenza. It's the first of 6 straight games for the Grizzlies on the road. They'll be back at Maverick Center for a 3-game series against the Allen Americans on February 22nd, 24th, and 25th. Well, the Grizzlies really had a tough week against the Allen Americans, getting swept in a 3-game series, and they were outscored 18-4. But the Grizzlies before that played 3 outstanding weeks worth of hockey as they won 7 out of 9 games, and they've got a standing point in 9 of their last 12. As the Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush for the 9th time this season, the Grizzlies have had a good amount of success against the Rush this year, as they've got a standing point in 5 straight games against Rapid City. And so Utah is 6-4 in their last 10 games. They look to get back on the winning track with a victory over in Rapid City. The Rush have been on a little bit of a struggle over the last couple weeks as they've lost 5 in a row. And it's certainly a big matchup for both teams as Rapid City finds himself in 5th place in the Mountain Division with 41 standings points and a record of 20, 23, and 1. The Grizzlies are in 6th place, and they've got a record of 19, 23, and 1. So it's a big game for both teams, as both teams could certainly use the standings points, as Rapid City is 4 points away from a playoff spot, and the Grizzlies are currently 6 points away from a tie for 4th place, as Allen and Kansas City both tied for 3rd with 45 standings points. So Allen would be the 3 seed, Kansas City would be the 4 seed if the playoffs start today. So the Grizzlies hope to get back on the winning track as they take on Rapid City for the 9th of 10 season meetings between the clubs this year. Who's been hot for the Grizzlies as of late? Now, how about Brandon Cutler? He's got a current 8-game point scoring streak. Cutler's got 13 points in his last 8 games, 7 goals and 6 assists. Tyson Pfizer has a point in 6 straight games. He's got 8 points in his last 6 games, and Pfizer in particular has been outstanding against Rapid City this year, as he's got 11 points in 8 games against the Rush. Also, watch out for Cameron Wright, who's got 10 points against the Rush this season. So it should be a lot of fun. Guy and I are hanging out in the lobby of the Maverick Center, and the Grizzlies are in the Mountain Time Zone, but they're a 10-hour drive over at the Monument as they take on the Rush in the first of a 2-game series. Grizzlies, after this weekend, will be on the road. They'll take on Greenville for a game, and then they'll play Savannah and 2 against Orlando before, as we mentioned, the series against the Allen Americans. And that'll certainly be interesting considering how the final game of the series ended with Utah accumulating 96 penalty minutes, which was the most in a single game in the league this season. Starting in net for the Grizzlies would be Trent Miner. His backup is Garrett Metcalf, as Lucas Preek got a 1-game suspension as he fought Chase Perry after the final horn sounded on Saturday night. So the Grizzlies look to end their 3-game losing streak. Rapid City looks to end their 5-game losing streak. And when we return to the Utah Grizzlies pregame report presented by Rio Tinto, we'll talk with Chiarenza and get his thoughts on tonight's matchup. We're in business on a Friday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Welcome back to the Utah Grizzlies pregame report. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Chiarenza as we're hanging out in the lobby at Maverick Center. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott. And Guy, obviously it was a tough week for the Grizzlies in the 3-game set against Allen, but before that had played outstanding hockey, winning 7 out of 9. And so for the Grizzlies, I think what you got to do is just forget about what happened last week in Allen, because you know the last time they played Rapid City, they played great hockey. Now you've seen the Rush once again here tonight. Just got to come out and play Grizzlies hockey, play your style of, your brand of hockey, and hope it'll be good enough for 2 standings points tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, I think that's exactly it. And the last time that the Grizzlies played the Rush, they played really well. I thought that they were playing some of their best hockey of the season the last time they saw the Rush. So after that series against Allen, kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth. But you're right. It's time to forget about Allen. We're in Rapid City now, and this could be a great chance for the Grizzlies to kind of bounce back against a team that they're familiar with, a team that they know that they can beat and play with in the Rapid City Rush.
Despite, the rough series, Brandon Cutler and Taryn Pfizer at a point in all 3 games. And you talk about guys who have continued to play well. It's the 2 former Victoria Royals in Cutler and Pfizer.
Yeah, Tyson, I mean, that Victoria Royals connection between those two is proving to be a big one, as both guys are on lengthy point streaks. They're making their presence known. And as for Taryn Pfizer, I mean, he's on an absolute tear. You mentioned the 6-game point streak. He's got 2 goals and 6 assists during that streak. And you mentioned how good he's been against the Rush. For that reason, he's got to be my pick to click tonight.
So we're going to go with Taryn Pfizer as your pick to click. I think Cameron Wright's going to have a big series. After all, Wright's had some success against Rapid City this year. He's got 10 points in 8 games against the Rush. I would also watch out for Andrew Nilsson, who currently leads the Grizzlies with 32 points this season. I could see Nilsson playing well, especially on the Grizzlies' power play, which is 27.9% against Rapid City this year. Watch out for the special teams. That was certainly instrumental in the Grizzlies' success earlier this season against Rapid City.
Yeah, Tyson, I think the 2 keys for the game, if the Grizzlies want to win this game, is one, you have to be clicking on special teams, because that's something that they didn't do against Allen. So you have to reignite your special teams and have a good game here against Rapid City. But you also have to think about the transition game. That's one big factor that the Grizzlies excelled in last time they played against the Rush. And so I think if they want to win this game, they're going to have to generate turnovers and catch Rapid City off guard.
I think the forward line of Cameron Wright, Keaton Jamison, and Jordan Martell certainly going to be critical, because Rapid City's second line looks like they're going to be lethal. They've got a lot of potential with Brett Gravel, Jimmy Soper, and Max Coden. If the name Jimmy Soper sounds familiar, he was Tulsa's best player in the 3-game series against Utah, a few weeks ago when the Grizzlies were at BOK Center for a 3-game set.
Yeah, Jimmy Soper seems to be a Grizzly killer. Every time he goes out and plays against Utah, he has a good game. So if you're the Grizzlies, you have to find a way to neutralize those threats. They've done a pretty good job of doing that when they played Rapid City the last time. If they can do that again here, they got a good chance to win.
We'll give you the starting lineups in 30 seconds as the Grizzlies take on the Rush at the Monument. 9th of 10 season meetings between the clubs. This is the Grizzlies pregame show presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Let's get to the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Utah Grizzlies, who have a record of 19-23-1 this season. They have 39 standings points. They are 10-12-1 on the road this season. They are led by second-year head coach Ryan Kanasowicz. His assistant is Jared Pike. Starting in net for the Grizzlies is Trent Miner. The shutout Kings got 2 shutouts this season and a record of 8-11-1 this season with a 2.90 goals against average and 9.14 save percentage. Miner is in the second of a 3-year NHL entry-level deal. He is 6'1" and 198 pounds. His backup is Garrett Metcalf, as Lucas Preek is serving a 1-game suspension. Starting defensive pairing is James Shearer wearing number 10. He's got 1 goal and 8 assists in 25 games, and he'll be paired up with Andrew Nilsson, who leads the Grizzlies in assists with 25 and points with 32 this season, and he's third in the league with 125 penalty minutes. Other defensemen we're expected to see tonight include Bryson Martin, who's wearing number 14. Connor McDonald, the Grizzlies captain, is back after missing 3 straight contests. We'll also see Aaron Tho got in a fight with Mikael Robidoux on Saturday night, and he'll be paired up with Kyle Pouncey, who's got 1 goal and 6 assists in 38 games. Defensive scratches for the Grizzlies tonight include Corey Thomas, who's got a lower body injury. Joey Kolatarsi is also a scratch, as is Victor Bartley. And we want to send our congratulations, as if the rumor is true, it sounds like Victor Bartley is going to get a new addition to his family. So it sounds like there's a childbirth that's I don't know if it happened yet or if it's in progress, but it sounds like Victor Bartley is going to get an addition to his family. And we certainly congratulate Victor Bartley if the rumors are true that he's going to have a child that's going to be born either soon or maybe it's already been born. Who knows? But congratulations to Victor Bartley. He'll be a scratch tonight for the Grizzlies. Starting forwards are going to be Tyson Pfizer, who's got 11 points against Rapid City this year, 12 goals and 13 assists. He'll be lined up next to Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man, who's making his 116th consecutive regular season appearance. In 43 games, he's got 8 goals and 4 assists. Remember, Penner scored Utah's lone goal last Saturday against the Allen Americans. And Brandon Cutler, who's been one of the best Grizzlies players over the last 3 weeks. He's got 10 goals and 8 assists in 20 games. He's on a current 8-game point scoring streak. So the starting forwards are Pfizer, Penner, and Cutler. The starting defensive pairing is Shearer and Nielsen. The other forwards we're expected to see tonight for the Grizzlies include Cameron Wright, who's tied with Pfizer for 12 goals this season, tied for the club lead. Keaton Jamison has 17 points in 42 games. The Rooster, Jordan Martell, has 6 goals in 15 games, but he's been outstanding for the Grizzlies as Martell in 22 games with Utah has 15 points, 6 goals, and 9 assists. We'll also see Dylan Fitz in the Grizzlies lineup. Fitz has 8 goals and 7 assists this season. Cam Strong, number 26, is going to be the third-line center. He's got 10 points in 41 games. And Johnny Walker, who's got 9 goals and 4 assists this season in 25 games, as Walker is looking to become Utah's 4th double-digit goal scorer this season. We'll also see Christian Simeone and Jordan Stone. Stone will be playing forward for the Grizzlies tonight. He'll be wearing number 19 as he makes his 8th appearance this season. Forwards that are scratches for the Grizzlies include Zach Sekos, who's got an upper body injury. He's got 9 goals and 7 assists in 19 games. Dakota Raby also has an upper body injury. He's got 20 points in 40 games. And Vladislav Mikalchuk with a lower body injury. He's got 5 points in 27 games. Now the starting lineup for the homestanding Rapid City Rush are led by second-year head coach Scott Burt. His assistant is Zach Desjardins. Rapid City's got a record of 20, 23-1 this season. They're 12-7 at the friendly confines of the Monument. Starting in net is Adam Carlson, who's making his 17th appearance this season. He's got a record of 4-10 with a 3.83 goals against average and .878 save percentage. The starting defensive pairing is Colton Leader, who's going to be wearing number 45. Leader has some experience at 4B. He's now turned into a defensive role for Rapid City. And Kenton Helgeson, the former Grizzly, who was a member of the Grizzlies during the 2015-2016 season and the first half of the 2016-2017 campaign. Helgeson is in his second season as the Rapid City captain. Starting forwards, Jimmy Soper, who just recently acquired in a trade with the Norfolk Admirals as he failed to report for Norfolk. Soper previously played with the Tulsa Oilers, and in 36 games with Tulsa, he's got 16 goals and 12 assists. He'll be lined up next to Brett Gravel, who's got 16 points in 26 games, and Max Cota, who's got 5 goals in his last 5 games against the Grizzlies. He has 10 goals overall this season in 44 games. When we come back in 30 seconds, we'll have face-off over at the Monument. It's the Grizzlies and the Rush meeting on a Friday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account.
It's a great night for hockey as 2 big standings points are on the line tonight as the Utah Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush for the 9th time this season. Utah's got a record of 5-2-1 against Rapid City this year. The Rush are wearing a red jersey top. It looks like their jersey is all red and white. White numbers, white letters across the front of the jersey. Kenton Helgeson, the Rapid City captain's got a white C on the front of his jersey. White numbers in the sleeves and white numbers on the back with white lettering and a lot of red mixed in. As the Grizzlies are wearing a white jersey top with black numbers and professional green trim. And Rapid City, and wearing the red jerseys this season, they've got a record of 5-8. So they are 5-8 in those jerseys this year. The Grizzlies have had some success in their white jerseys. The Grizzlies are going to have to come out and really establish themselves early as Utah is 6-0 this season when leading after 1 and 14-1 when leading after 2. It's important for the Grizzlies to get an early lead against this Rapid City team.
Yeah, Tyson, I think it's imperative that the Grizzlies come out and they play with a lot of speed so they can get that first goal. I think they're going to have to want to test Carlson early on so you can get a quick one past him to take that lead early.
Rapid City will be skating from left to right as we see it on YouTube, on Flow Sports. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube. The Grizzlies are skating from our right to our left. We got a good night of hockey, as it's always fun when the Grizzlies take on the rival Rapid City Rush. Seemed like a pretty evenly played series a couple weeks ago, even though the Grizzlies did win all 3 games, and the Grizzlies have a standing point in 5 straight games against Rapid City this season. Who's going to get the first goal tonight? That's a big question. That is the first goal of the game this season is brought to you by Optum Healthcare. Who's going to get the first goal for the Grizzlies tonight? I got my money on Brandon Cutler. Who's your first goal?
Tyson, I'm going to stick with my pick to click. I'm going with Taryn Pfizer.
He's got Pfizer scoring the first goal. I got Brandon Cutler. First goal of the game brought to you by Optum Healthcare. As the puck's going to be dropped at center ice. Penner will take the draw against Jimmy Soper. The puck is dropped. Face-off won by Rapid City, and we're underway. Rusher skating from left to right as they feed it to Colton Leader. He'll move it ahead as it goes into the Grizzlies zone. Left side, Rush skate towards the far goal line. Take a shot, saved by Minor. Grizzlies come back the other way. Utah crosses center. Brandon Cutler chips it in. Cutler gets around a Rapid City skater, and that's Brett Gravel. Over to Pfizer on the left side. It glanced off his stick. Rush getting out to center ice. Coda gets blasted by James Shearer along the near boards, and Nilsson gets blasted by Rapid City's Jimmy Soper. As Nilsson over in the near corner gets it over towards Shearer. Now Cutler gets hit. Now the Grizzlies skate from right to left. Boy, the internet's not very good here at Maverick Center, appears. As over to the left side, Cutler trying to feed it across to Penner. It bounced off his stick. Penner towards Cutler. Cutler gets hit by Ryan Zolsdorf, number 25, as Jimmy Soper fanned on clearing it out. The Rooster, Jordan Martell, skates towards the right point. He'll get it back towards Cutler. Right wing shot saved by Carlson. As Keaton Jamison will nudge it back to the right point. Now across to Martin. Martin on the left side moves ahead to Martell, skates towards his right, and he'll take a shot, and it gets blocked. A lot of traffic out in front. Rebound goes out to Soper in Rapid City. Over to Max Cotto, lifts it high into the air, bounces in the Grizzlies zone. No icing as Connor McDonald, the Grizzlies captain, gets it. McDonald back after missing 3 straight games. He'll skate down the middle. Now feed a left wing pass. Grizzlies gained the line as Cameron Wright skates towards the corner, defended by Keegan Iverson, who's playing a defensive role tonight. Shot by Jamison goes wide. As Rapid City clears it out to center, regathered by the Grizzlies. Aaron Tho loses the puck as he's skating towards the corner, as Logan Nelson will drift it off the end wall. Rapid City skates from left to right. They'll feed a righty pass out to center ice. Rush have a breakaway. Logan Nelson skates in. Oh, he loses the puck as he was skating in on Minor. But looks like we got a penalty, as off the screen, I think Nelson got held up by a Grizzly stick, and so it looks like the Grizzlies are going to be shorthanded unless they're giving him a penalty shot. No, they're putting the puck at center ice, and I think he's going to get a penalty shot. A penalty shot's being awarded to Logan Nelson. Nelson's got 14 goals in 39 games this season. Nelson gets a penalty shot as he had a breakaway and got held up by a Grizzly. So Rapid City looking to get on the board here as Nelson will skate from our left to our right. Logan Nelson gets the puck. He'll skate towards his left. He's going up against Trent Minor. Now Nelson will skate towards his right. He'll take a shot. Saved by Minor. Why Nelson was patient with his approach, but Minor keeps it a scoreless game. Shooters in the league on penalty shots are now 4 for 15. Boy, that was a big one early as Rapid City had a penalty shot and Trent Minor denied Logan Nelson.
Yeah, Tyson, that was a huge save by Trent Minor. Not only does it keep it a scoreless game, but it also, I think, shifts the momentum in the Grizzlies' favor.
Draw is going to be taken in the Grizzlies zone as Rapid City had a penalty shot. Logan Nelson took it, but Minor denied him. Draw in the right circle is won by Cam Strong. He was going up against Matt Marshno, number 22, is Rapid City's leading scorer. Grizzlies will throw a rink-wide pass and it goes to Fitz. Fitz skates towards the left circle, take a righty shot. Saved by Carlson. Rebound goes to Rapid City. We'll throw it back to the right point. Grizzlies keep it in. They feed it to the slot. As Fitz with a backhand pass, it goes past Cam Strong. Now Johnny Walker spins it towards the near boards. Fitz gets it. He'll move it to Strong along the end wall. Strong in the near corner. Skates back towards the point. Now feed it up top to Shearer. Shearer with a lefty shot. Oh, I got redirected, but Carlson is able to cover up as it looked like Shearer's shot was redirected by Johnny Walker, but Carlson was able to make the save. 2:20 into the contest. That's Utah's first shot. Rapid City's yet to officially take one on Trent Minor, although obviously the penalty shot was certainly a grade A chance by Nilsson, but Minor made the save. It looks like it's going to be a fun one tonight, so sit back, crack open a beverage of your choice, and Enjoy Friday night with us as Rapid City wins the face-off as they skate around the net. Tyson Helgeson, his name is my name too. He'll move it ahead to Brett Gravel, dumps it in. Puck goes out towards the Utah line. Grizzlies get it. As they feed it over to the left side, Utah dumps it in. As chasing after the Rapid City goal line's Tyson Helgeson. He'll skate towards the near side to lose the puck. Slot, lefty shot, saved by Carlson. Now right side, Grizzlies skate around the net. Utah feeds it up top. As Pfizer's on the ice, over to the left side, Grizzlies take a shot, and it gets blocked out in front. Pfizer chases it along the far boards. Puck ends up in the right point. Rapid City squirts it out to center ice. Martin will move it ahead. Blue line to blue line pass. Tipped off the stick of Pfizer. No icing as Pfizer skates towards the offensive corner. He feeds to the left circle, and it's taken away by the rush. Logan Nelson skates towards the right side. Take a righty shot. Saved by Minor. Rebound shot. Saved by Minor again. Rebound goes out to Aaron Tho. As it looks like Utah is going to get called for a penalty of some kind as the play stopped when Tho touched the puck. I don't know. It's going to be a penalty on Utah. Maybe the puck ended up out of play. Sometimes tracking pucks can be a little bit tough on these remote broadcasts. Both teams have taken 2 shots. Still no score. 16:47 left in the first. Crowd still filing in there. As Rapid City wins the face-off, left point, they feed it to the far circle as Rapid City in the offensive zone. As the Grizzlies take it away in the far corner, as Cameron Wright over there. Grizzlies move it into the offensive zone as the Grizz towards the left side. Chasing it down is Jordan Martell in the near corner. He gets hit by Iverson. Puck ends up in the near side, and looks like play is stopped as Iverson got hit. Jameson's in the area. As Iverson and Jameson exchanged some words. I think the puck ended up rolling towards Adam Carlson. He covered it up as the puck was in the near corner and just kind of glided towards Carlson, who covered up. And that's considered a shot on goal, and it's Utah's third of the game. 16:27 left in the first. Jameson will take the draw against Matt Marshnow, who's got 18 goals this season, which is tied for the team lead with Calder Brooks. Brooks out of the lineup for Rapid City tonight. He's on bereavement leave. As the Rush get the face-off, Yamamoto will move it ahead. Keanu's his first name. As the Rush skate in, Kenton Helgeson with a shot, and I got redirected by a Grizzly stick and flies out of play. Got redirected by the stick of James Shearer. A lot of deflections, a lot of block shots. That's part of what makes James Shearer such a talented defenseman for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Tyson, James Shearer does a lot of really good things for the Grizzlies. But I've noticed that this game is a really fast pace to start this one. It did not take these teams very long to get acclimated with each other.
Yeah, no filling out process between the two clubs who are meeting for the 9th time this season. Draws in the far circle. It's won by Cam Strong as Dylan Fitz on the near side as we're still early on, no score, about 4 minutes in. He'll feed it out to neutral ice. Now it rolls back over to Bryson Martin. Left wing, he crosses center ice and drives it around the boards. As Rapid City will pitch it out towards center ice, getting the bouncing puck is Marcineau. He's at center ice near the bench area. He'll feed it to his right for Yamamoto. Yamamoto skates towards the right point as he crosses the blue line over to Zach Cord. It bounced off his stick and rolls towards the Grizzlies captain Connor McDonald. Connor will feed it back towards his left behind Utah's net for Bryson Martin. Martin, the former third-round draft pick of the Buffalo Sabres. As we're about 4.5 minutes in, still no score. The Grizzlies have outshot the Rush 3-2. Martin moves it out towards center ice. The pass connect. According to the linesman, no, it's icing on the Grizzlies. 15:31 left in the first. 2 referees and 2 linesmen tonight. The referees are Logan Gruhl and Casey Terreri. The linesmen are Cade Blumenrader and Benjamin Gallick. G-A-W-L-I-K is his last name. Benjamin Gallick, who's wearing number 50. Draws give me in the left corner. I imagine that's not how he says his name. Maybe it is. I don't know. Grizzlies win the draw. McDonald gets over to Martin, over to Christian Simeone wearing number 24. The second-year pro out of Merrimack lifts it high into the air. Rapid City at center ice gets it. They'll dump it back in. Grizzlies throw it back to neutral ice. As Keaton Jameson near the area. Grizzlies feed it across. Now crossing center ice down the middle is Martin. He loses the puck. Pass out to the right side. Doesn't connect as they're looking for Max Coda. Connor McDonald skates towards the near corner and will move it ahead to Martin. Will lift it in the air as it bounces near the Rapid City line. Goes deep into the rush zone. Tyson Helgeson gets it. He skates around his net as he's being back checked by Aaron Tho. Make that Brandon Cutler. As Helgeson keeps the puck, he skates into the offensive zone. Now he's being challenged by Aaron Tho. Tho delivers a big hit on Helgeson. And skating over there is Tyler Penner. Tho will drift it over towards the far boards. Jordan Stone on the ice. He delivers a hit on Lucas Fuke. Grizzlies get it. They cross center ice. Christian Simeone dumps it in. Bouncing off the boards. Goes back over to Iverson, who skates around his net. as the rush. Moving out to center ice goes to Nelson, who's active. Nelson looked to center to Aliardi. Centering pass connects. Backhand shot saved by Minor. Rebound goes back to Aliardi. He'll feed it to Fuke, who throws it down the middle to Nelson. Now back towards Aliardi. He loses the puck and it goes out towards center ice. Carter Robertson, one of the Rapid City's 6 defensemen tonight, will move it ahead. Puck hit off a stick, flew high into the air. Gloved by Minor, and he'll drop it as play continues. 14-10 left in the first. Grizzlies skate from right to left as we see it on Flow Sports. Over to Andrew Nilsson off the boards. He couldn't handle it. Grizzlies out towards center ice, get hit by Robertson. Now Yamamoto skates towards the right circle. Now he skates towards the corner, looks to center, but throws it to the high slot, and it goes past everybody deep into the rush zone. As Rapid City will chase after it, as leader will move it ahead out towards the Utah blue line. As big time hit delivered by Keaton Jamison on Yamamoto. Now right side Rapid City skates in. As Whelan Parrish, number 18, he collides with Cameron Wright, and looks like we get a whistle as Cameron Wright was battling with Whelan Parrish, who's 6'1" and 170 pounds. The first time Parrish has played against the Grizzlies. This is his 7th game with Rapid City as he was recently picked up from the SPHL. No score, 13:34 left in the first. Both teams have taken 3 shots. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
No score, 13:34 left in the first. Looks like we're skating 5-on-4. I think Rapid City's on a power play as the rush. Over in the high slot, feed it to Aliardi, and Rapid City is on a power play for 2 minutes. I think Cameron Wright's in the box, although I don't have proof. Over to Zolsdorf. It bounced off his stick and rolls out towards center ice. Rapid City this season on the power play, 17.4%, tied for 21st in the league. Is Keaton Jamison, a legal check to the head. He's in the box for 2 minutes. Rapid City around the net as they hit the side of the net. Bryson Martin challenging. Rush feed it over towards the near boards. Tyler Penner skates over there as he tries to box out Brett Gravel. Now the Grizzlies throw it to the far corner around the net. They feed it to the left point. Rapid City keeps it in. Rush towards the right side as Aliardi will get it up top to Zolsdorf. And for the second time on their power play, bounced off his stick and goes out to neutral ice. Near the Grizzlies bench, Utah gets it as the Grizz make a line change as Utah will sail it all the way out. All pass connects. Grizzlies right side. His left side right with a shot saved by Carlson. So Wright had a pretty good look as Utah fed it now right to the right side. Skates towards the circle. Take a righty shot. Saved by Carlson. Wright's taking 2 shots on Rapid City's power plays. Carter Robertson holds up a Grizzly in the near corner. Still no score. 12:20 left in the first. Utah's taking 5 shots to Rapid City's 3. Rush moving out to center ice left wing. Yamamoto whips it around the boards. It goes to the right side. Cut off by Robertson. He'll spin it back to the left side as Matt Marshall feeds it to the left point. Now back towards the left side. Now they'll dish it back up top as right skating ends Robertson. He'll take a shot from the high slot that's blocked right in front of Minor. As the rush towards the right side will feed it up top. As Robertson gets it back, lefty shot, and it's blocked again. 15 seconds left in Rapid City's power plays. The rush throw it towards Coda. He gets cut in front by a Grizzly, so Coda couldn't get a shot off. Utah gets it as James Scher will nudge it out to neutral ice, and he'll lift it in as the puck bounces deep in the rush zone. Rapid City didn't get, they got 1 shot on their power play over towards the near circle. Grizzlies take it away. Fitz over towards Cutler. Cutler gets double teamed along the near boards. He'll feed it out to the corner as Fitz with a hit on Zach Court, number 16. But Court moves it from one corner to the other. Out towards Sunrise. Grizzlies nudge it towards the near side as Fitz gets hit. Now Rapid City gets it back. They're looking for a guy at center ice, but he falls down. And while he's on his keister, is able to dump it in the offensive zone. Puck ends up in the right side as Brett Gravel battles. Now Nelson gets held up in the corner. Skating back over there is Bryson Martin. Puck comes out of the corner. Grizzlies have the puck as McDonald to the far side will move it ahead. It's a bounced off a Grizzly stick. Utah in the offensive zone. They get towards Simeone as it bounced off his stick in the left circle. He'll retreat. He'll throw it back to Cutler, but Rapid City cuts in front of them as Cutler takes it back in the left point, and he'll dump it back in as the rush. Skate over towards the corner as Kenton Helgeson feeds it to the other corner for Colton Leader. Leader will lift it out to center ice, bounces into the Grizzly zone. Sure moves it ahead. Rapid City's onside. They'll skate down the middle, take a lefty shot. Saved by Minor. As Lucas Fuke, who's got 2 goals this season, and both of them against Utah, took a grade A shot from the slot that Minor made the save on. And 10:31's left here in the first period. And the Grizzlies have a successful penalty kill. Every successful penalty kill for the Grizzlies this season is provided by Utah Disaster Cleanup. UDK is the #1 provider of disaster cleanup services in Utah. Since 1974, they've been there for customers when they need us the most. Utah Disaster Cleanup helped the Grizzlies on that penalty kill. Draws in the right circle. Rapid City gets it. Zulsdorf the shot. Saved by Minor. And Trent holds on with 10:28 left in the first period. So, Guy, every successful penalty kill from now until the rest of the season is presented by Utah Disaster Cleanup, and that's cleanup with a K. It's Utah's #1 provider of disaster cleanup services in Utah. They've been around since 1974. Rapid City wins the face-off. They're in the offensive zone as Aliardi feeds it towards Fuke behind the net. Fuke gets hit. Sure knocks down Logan Nelson as the puck ends up drifting towards the far boards. As a rush, skate around the net, they're on the right side, back towards Nelson. Grizzlies take it away. Utah's been very active defensively in the first period. As Utah moves it ahead for Cameron Wright, he'll skate towards the near goal line. Sharp angled shot hits the side of the net. Martel skates over there. He skates around the net. He's on the right side, feeds over to Nilsson, but Nilsson was skating the other way. And it looks like we get a whistle. I wonder if there's going to be a penalty on the play. It's a puck exit the zone. Nope, Carlson's net gets kicked open. 9:54 left in the first period. No score. Rapid City's 0 for 1 on the power play. The Rush have outshot the Grizzlies 6-5. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
No score, 9:54 left in the first period. Guy, what have you noticed here in the first half of the first period?
Well, Tyson, that Utah disaster cleanup penalty kill was a success. That was awesome. I really like the way that the Grizzlies came out and defended that Rapid City power play, but I also like the way that they were getting chances in the rush zone. That's something that the Grizzlies penalty kill does really, really well.
Offensive zone drop for the Grizzlies. Tyler Penner will take it. Turn finds to his left and Brandon Cutler to his right. And the draw goes to Rapid City. They skate from left to right as they'll carry it out towards neutral ice. They'll nudge it ahead. No icing as James Shearer skates towards his corner on the far side. He'll feed it back towards the near side. Cutler battles with Keegan Iverson, who's playing a defensive role for Rapid City, normally a forward. As the Rush feed it out towards the left side. Now they'll spin it around the net as Rapid City back towards the near corner, and they feed it back behind the net as Yamamoto battles with Shearer. Yamamoto spins it towards the left point. Rush with a lefty shot, and it goes wide. Puck skates towards the near side. Iverson collides with Penner. Iverson feeds over to the near corner. Now rolls back to Penner. Feeds a cross-ice pass towards the Grizzlies bench. Passes wide of the mark. Grizzlies make a change. They'll nudge it back into the Grizzlies zone where Andrew Nilsson gathers it. Looks like we get a whistle. Something off the play. It looked like near the Rush bench. There was some action being involved. I don't know. Brandon Cutler might have gotten a penalty as he's skating towards center ice. Actually, it's going to be a Rush penalty. Keegan Iverson goes to the box for Rapid City as he's in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. If you or someone you know been charged with a DUI, Rogers and Russell is Utah's DUI defense firm. Consequences for driving under the influence in Utah are serious, and you need great attorneys on your first line. Look for a letter in the mail from Rogers and Russell inviting you to schedule a free consultation. Don't throw away or disregard this letter. Call and get Utah's best DUI defense team. Rogers and Russell. Utah's power play is 27.9% against Rapid City this year. Overall, they are 17th in the league at 19.4%. Rapid City wins the face-off as they trip up Cameron Wright. No call as the Rush are able to clear it out to center ice. Brandon Cutler gets it. He'll chase the puck back in his own zone as he'll give it over to Andrew Nilsson. Nilsson has 20 power play points this season, 5 goals and 15 assists. Nilsson will drop it back off for Cutler. Cutler crosses center ice. He'll gain the offensive line and dump it into the far corner. Cutler's got good speed. He gets around Tyson Helgeson, but another Rush skater gets it, and they clear it back into the Grizzlies zone. Minor to the side of his net. Will feed it to the corner for Andrew Nilsson. Nilsson gets it. He's 6'4" and 230 pounds. He skates down the middle. Now feed a left wing pass over towards Cutler. Throws a backhand pass towards the Grizzlies bench. Now Utah crosses center. Cameron Wright gains the line, skates around him. Now the puck ends up in the left point. Cutler throws to the high slot for Nilsson. Now to the right side for Pfizer. Pfizer nudges it back to Nilsson. Actually, Pfizer kept the pass as he faked it. Now high slot, shot saved by Carlson as Logan Nelson gets it and he'll clear it out. Minor plays it in front of the crease as he'll get it back to Pfizer. Pfizer behind his net as the Grizzlies will start to filter some people in and out. Dylan Fitz now on the ice. 45 seconds left in the power plays. Utah has the puck behind their net. It's their first power play of the game as the Grizzlies skate down the middle. Bryson Martin gets over to the near side for Shearer. Shearer crosses center ice. Now he crosses the blue line. He'll dump it over towards Martel. Martel gets hit in the near corner. Goes back to Brett Gravel. Spins it along the far wall. Grizzlies keep it in. Now right side, Grizzlies feed the middle, and it bounced off of Shearer. Now to the left side for Martel. Up top to Shearer. One-timer, and it's blocked by Gravel. Rapid City gets it, and they'll lift it out towards center ice. It bounces off of Martin, who gets the puck. He'll feed it across to Martel. Jordan skates into the zone. Over towards his right. He'll get it over to the right side. Grizzlies feed it back behind the net. Now Utah over on the left side gets to Martel near the boards. Martel skates towards his right. He'll feed it over to the right side. Rapid City picks it off as Martel was looking for Shearer. Now the Rush skate towards the right side. And the Grizzlies with a good poke check. And the Grizzlies will bounce it off the boards. I think Utah's going to get called for a penalty. As the Rush cleared the puck in, it looked like they won a foot race. And so the Grizzlies looked like they did what they had to do as they took the puck away, but I think it turned into a penalty for Utah. 7:02 is left in the first period. They show a spirited guy in a beard trying to fire up the crowd. Grizzlies have taken 7 shots. Rapid City's taken 6. As Iverson was in the box and the Grizzlies were on the power play. Let's see. I think Utah's gotten a penalty now. They'll even it up 4-on-4 as the draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Matt Marshall will take the face off. We still have no score. 7:02 left in the first. Bryson Martin gets 2 minutes for hooking. Time and penalty 12:58 in. As the Rush win the draw, they'll throw it up top. Colton Leader will feed it over to the far side. Now Rapid City's on the power play. As Leader to the left side feeds it to the circle. Now back to Leader up top. He'll nudge it to his right. Marshall chips to the right side. As the Rush get it up top to Marshall. As he'll get it over to the high slot. Colton Leader skates in. He'll take a righty shot and it goes wide. Rolls off the far boards. As Rapid City's Keanu Yamamoto feeds it to the far goal line. As the Rush get it up top. Now across to Marshall. Right side will take a shot and it goes wide as he tried to go glove side on Minor. Rush skate around the net, though cuts it off, and he'll feed it back to the far side. Rapid City over to the left side as they're just outside the circle being hit by the score bug. Now Marshall feeds it across the left side as the Rush take a righty shot and they score. Keanu Yamamoto fired towards the net, and it goes past Trent Minor. As the Rush get a power play goals as Keanu Yamamoto gets his 11th of the year, and the Rush lead 1-0. Yamamoto was over on the left side as the Rush kept working the puck around, and then Yamamoto has kind of held on to it for a little bit, and he went 5-hole on Trent. So Yamamoto squirted it past the Grizzlies goaltender. The Rapid City is now 1 for 2 on the power play tonight as Keanu Yamamoto got his 11th of the year. Draw at center ice is won by the Grizzlies, but it goes between the Grizzlies defensive unit as Andrew Nilsson will turn the puck over. Now to the left side. Rush with a shot, and it gets blocked by Minor. Puck ends up rolling towards Minor, who covers up with 5:57 left in the first. So the Rush lead 1-0 on Keanu Yamamoto's 11th of the year. We're back in 1 minute. It's the Rush 1 and the Grizzlies 0. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
It's a Rush 1 and the Grizzlies nothing as Keanu Yamamoto scored 13:52 into the first period with Matt Marshall and Max Cota getting the assists. It's Yamamoto's 11th goal of the season. Marshall gets his 26th assist of the campaign, and Max Cota gets his 18th assist of the season. So faceoff's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Trent Miner is in net. He has stopped 7 of 8 so far. Rapid City's Adam Carlson has stopped all 7 he has seen. Looks like a good Friday night crowd. First of a 2-game series. Don't forget tomorrow night's going to be same time, same channel. 7:05 faceoff. Grizzlies in the Rush in the second of the 2-game series. Grizzlies win the draw. They get it out to neutral ice as Jordan Martell will ricochet it off the far boards. Goes deep into the Rush zone, but Martell was in Grizzlies territory when he dumped it in, so icing is on the Grizzlies with 5:48 left in the first. Utah's got 6 straight games on the road starting tonight. We mentioned tomorrow night against Rapid City. Then the Grizzlies will take on Greenville this upcoming Wednesday, February 15th, and then 2 days later, the Grizzlies will take on the Savannah Ghost Pirates on February 17th, and then Utah will take on Orlando February 19th and 20th. Grizzlies win the draw. They skate into the zone as Cameron Wright gets it poked away. Wright collides with Robertson at the near goal line of Rapid City zone. Rush will feed it towards Aliardi, poked away by Wright. Now skating towards the right corner is Iverson as he collides with Martell. Martell tried to center it, and it's taken away by Aliardi. Aliardi won a Kelly Cup with Florida last season, skates towards the right side. He collides with Martin. Martin goes down. Aliardi keeps his feet. He'll throw it over to the high slot, and it goes past everybody as Carter Robertson will have to chase it down. Robertson, wearing number 82, is a +8 this season. He'll move it out towards the Grizzlies' blue line. Aliardi dumps it in. Cota skates over there. He collides with Pouncey. The arm is raised by the referee. It's going to be a penalty on Rapid City as Brett Gravel touches up the puck. As Max Cota was chasing down the puck in the near corner against Kyle Pouncey. And it looks like tripping is going to be the call as Max Cota goes to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. 2 minutes for, I believe, tripping. Cota's got 10 goals and 18 assists this season as he assists on the Yamamoto goal. So Rapid City scored a power play goal. Now let's see if Utah can get a power play tally of their own as there's an even 5 minutes left in the first period. This will be Utah's second power play of the game. Draw is going to be in the rush zone to the far side as Johnny Walker will take the draw. He's got Cameron Wright to his left. Up top is Nielsen and Pfizer. And I believe that's Brandon Cutler on the right side, and it is. Walker's got 5 power play goals this season. He's taken the draw against Zach Court. And the draw won by Walker and the Grizzlies. Right side, Andrew Nilsson will feed it towards the far goal line. It bounced off the boards as he was looking for Walker. Now behind the net. Puck drifts back to center ice as Rapid City cleared it out. As Nilsson will back it out into his own zone. As we got less than 5 minutes left in the first period. Rush lead 1-0. The Grizzlies looking to tie it up. As Pfizer feeds it to Cutler across the center ice, left wing. Cutler skates towards the corner as he gets blasted. Puck rolls towards the far corner. As Cameron Wright battles, he'll get it over to Pfizer. Pfizer up top for Walker. Walker on the right point. He'll feed it to his left for Cutler. Now back to the right side. Grizzlies get it across to Nilsson. He's all alone on the left side. They got a shot. He scores. I think Nilsson found Johnny Walker, redirected it. 4:19 left in the first. The Grizzlies get a power play goal, and we're tied at 1. Well, my screen froze for just a half second as Nilsson was taking the shot. Walker was extending his stick, and it looked like it redirected off of Walker's stick and into the back of the net. So both teams with a power play goal, and obviously we're not going to see a replay to get a second look to see if Walker redirected the shot from Andrew Nilsson. Looked like Walker was the one that skated to the bench first in this extreme wide shot we saw. Nevertheless, the Grizzlies are on the board. Either Nielsen got a 6th power play goal of the season or Walker got a 6th. And I think it's Walker redirecting the shot from, it is Johnny Walker. He becomes the 4th different Grizzly player to score 10 or more goals this season. He gets his 10th with Nielsen and Cutler getting the assists. Grizzlies win the face-off and dump it in as Carter Robertson spins it along the far boards. Nielsen delivers a hit as it goes back to Rapid City. They skate from left to right. 4 minutes left in the first. They'll nudge it ahead as it bounced off the stick of number 12, Jimmy Soper. Over to the high slot. Rapid City backhand shot that goes wide. Nielsen moves it ahead to Penner. Penner on the far side, chips it across, and it looks like it bounced off of Rapid City and flies out of play. 3:49 left in the first, and Johnny Walker gets his 6th power play goal of the season as he redirected an Andrew Nielsen shot. Nielsen will get an assist. That's his 16th power play assist of the season. His team leading 26th of the year. And Brandon Cutler extends his point-scoring streak to 9 games as he gets his 9th assist of the season. Draws in the Grizzlies zone on the far side. Both teams have 8 shots. Both teams have a power play goals. We've had an evenly matched first period as Keaton Jamison will take the draw against Matt Marcineau. As Jamison crouches down, he's got 8 goals this season. As the draw won by Rapid City. As Keanu Yamamoto, the Rapid City goal scorer, gets tripped up by Bryson Martin. No call on the play as Colton Leader delivers a hit on Dylan Fitz, or make that Cameron Wright. Wright gets the puck as he gets back to his feet. He'll move it ahead to center ice. The Rooster Autumn had to bounce off his stick at the Rapid City blue line as Kenton Helgeson will feed it cross ice pass to the right. Rapid City enters. Yamamoto feeds it back to the corner. Now up top to Leader. Will spin it along the wall as Rapid City. Jimmy Soper around the net. Marcineau. He'll feed it back up top. Left point. Rapid City lefty shot and it gets blocked out in front as Jamison was in the area. So was Martel. Over to the far side. Grizzlies playing physical in this first period. Utah lifts it over the head of Rapid City's defensive unit. And it looks like it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies. 3 minutes and 1 second left in the first. But, Guy, it was certainly great to see the Grizzlies respond with a power play goal of their own.
Yeah, Tyson, especially since the power play had a tough time clicking against Allen. It's really good to see them get one here against Rapid City, tie up the game. And how about Johnny Walker, his first goal since his return from injury?
Now it looks like Matt Marcineau skating towards the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Rush get a penalty with 3:01 left in the first period. Not sure what it was, but it looked like there was a lot of commotion near the Rapid City bench. I don't know if the Rush got called for too many men on the ice or something like that. But it looks like Utah is going to be back on the power play for the 3rd time tonight. Utah 1 for 2 on the power play as their goal that was scored by Johnny Walker is a power play tally. And for Johnny Walker, he leads the club with 6 power play goals this season. It's kind of a shame because it looked like our screen, which has been freezing on and off, it looked like as our screen was freezing was about the time Nielsen took the shot. So we didn't really get a good look at it the first time. And obviously we don't get to see a replay. Walker's going to take the draw. He's got Fitz to his left and Cutler to his right. Matt Marcineau got a cross-checking minor. Time of penalty 16:59 into the first period. Utah Rapid City wins the draw. They'll clear it out as Trent Miner plays it in the crease. And so he'll give it over to Andrew Nielsen as the Grizzlies skate from right to left in the first period. As the Grizz, Taron Pfizer still in his own zone. Will skate out to neutralize. Pfizer crosses center. He'll veer off to the left as he'll gain the line. He gets blasted by Tyson Helgeson. Now around the net is Rapid City towards the far side, and they'll clear it out. As the puck bounces off the right corner. Miner gets over to Nielsen. 1:23 and counting left in Utah's 3rd power play of the game as Nielsen with a nice spin move gets around Logan Nelson. Now he'll drop it back off for Cutler across the center ice. Now he'll skate towards his left. Cutler gains the line, drops off for Walker, but it looks like the Grizzlies are offside with 1:14 left in the power play. As Andrew Nielsen skated over there, it looks like Nielsen, well, he might have committed a penalty off the screen. So it looks like Nielsen's going to skate towards the penalty box. He picks up his stick. It looks like he's going into the box for 2 minutes. Well, it was off the screen, so we're not really sure what he did. And of course, we're not seeing the referee signal to show it to say what the penalty was. But it looks like we're going to skate 4-on-4 for 1:14, and then after that, Rapid City will have a short power play. So there's 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first period. We're tied at 1 as Keanu Yamamoto scored a power play goal, and that was 13:52 into the first period. Then the Grizzlies got a power play goal of their own as Johnny Walker redirected an Andrew Nielsen shot. Time of that goal, 15:41 into the first. As we're skating 4-on-4 as the Rush take a righty shot and saved by Minor as the shot was taken by Logan Nelson. Now the Rush trying to feed it out in front to Nelson. The pass is wide of the mark as Cameron Wright gets hit pretty hard as he's in his own zone. As the Grizzlies will lift it out towards center ice. Utah on the left wing, crosses center. Cameron Wright gains the line, skates down the middle. Now he'll take a shot, blocked by Leader. Now taking it's Alex Aliardi. He acted like he was hit with a high stick, no call. Aliardi 2-on-3 gains the line. He's to the left circle. Now he gets it to Nelson. Nelson backhand pass towards Leader, gets poked away. Now high slot, Zolsdorf with a shot, and it goes wide. Puck behind the net as Aaron Tho skates towards the far corner. He gets it taken away by Nelson, and the puck ends up deflecting out of play, I believe. As Aliardi wanted a call, none to be had. Looked like the puck ended up rolling towards Minor. Sometimes the puck can be, we kind of need that Fox glowing puck to kind of be able to track it sometimes. 1:28 left in the first. I love these remote broadcasts. They just make my day every time. Draw's going to come out to neutral ice. 1:28 left in the first. And we apologize, obviously, if you're listening on YouTube. Unfortunately, some of the details can be missing from time to time. Like we didn't see Nelson with the penalty. We're not sure what Nelson did. Looks like it's an interference minor. Is why Nelson's in the box. As Rapid City wins the draw, we're skating 4-on-4. As the Rush want to kill some time as they'll be on the power play soon. Utah takes it away in the Rapid City zone as they skate towards the right corner. Penner gets it. He gets hit by Tyson Helgeson. Puck ends up at the right point. McDonald, righty shot, saved by Carlson as that shot was taken from the right point. As Rapid City will carry it out to center ice. 2-on-3. Rush gained the line, left side, take a shot. Stick saved by Minor. Rebound to the near side as Strong over towards Martin. He'll get it ahead to Penner. Now back to Martin in the corner. He'll spin it back to the other corner for McDonald. Connor will pitch it out to center ice. It goes past everybody. Deep in the Rush zone, Adam Carlson plays it. Now Rapid City's on the power play for 30 seconds. As we got 40 seconds and counting left in the first. We're tied at 1. Both teams of the power play goal. Rapid City at center ice. They cross center. Zolsdorf. Left side dumps it in. Kyle Pouncey chases after it. He'll nudge it to the left point. Rapid City keeps it in. As Marshno drops it off for Yamamoto, who skates towards the right circle. Yamamoto centering pass picked off by Jamison, who clears it out. Looks like Rapid City's power play's about over as Nilsson's out of the box right now. 14 seconds left in the first period. Rapid City has it. As the Rush feed it towards their bench at center ice, they get it and dump it in. Scherer chases after it along the end wall. He gets the puck. He'll spin it back to the near side. It goes past Dylan Fitz and out to center ice. And that will do it for 20 minutes over at the Monument, as both teams scored a power play goal. But before that, Logan Nelson had a penalty shot, 1:48 into the contest, and Trent Minor made the save on that. Both teams are 1 for 3 on the power play. Rapid City has outshot Utah, actually both teams with 9 shots in the first period. As both teams head to their respective locker room, it's about as evenly matched and evenly played as a first period can get in this league. Guy Chiarenza will recap the first 20 minutes of play, and we'll talk some hockey. And we might even get rid of picks to click. Who knows? We'll see about that during the first intermission. As we're through 20 minutes over at the Monument, Grizzlies won and the Rush won. Rio Tinto Kennecott intermission report starts in 2 minutes on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
First intermission over at the Monument. We're tied at 1. It was about as evenly matched as a first period can get. And think about two teams that really are neck and neck in the standings. Rapid City with 41 standings points, Utah with 39. This is Rapid City's 45th game this season, but for the Grizzlies, it's their 44th. Utah's got a standing point in 5 straight games against Rapid City, and they really looked good in the first period. As Utah tough week against the Allen Americans, Guy Chiarenza is drawing up the goals on the whiteboard he's got here, and later on in the intermission, I'm going to drop Utah's goal that was scored, but Guy, what happened in the first 20 minutes of play over at the Monument?
Well, Tyson, it was a strange one to start, and it started off with a penalty shot. Logan Nelson, I guess he got hooked by Aaron Tho or something of that nature happened.
Tho was off the screen.
No, they're saying it was Aaron Tho. He was a hooking. A minute 48 seconds in, that led to the penalty shot. And, it was Logan Nelson against Trent Miner, and Trent Miner said no to that. And he said, "Get out of here, kid." And he shut it down. And so scoreless to start after that. And then back and forth period, pretty even. And eventually we come to Rapid City's power play, and they score. It's Keanu Yamamoto gets his 11th of the year, puts Rapid City up 1-0. That's assisted by Marchino and Coda 13 minutes and 52 seconds into the period. But not much longer after that, Utah got a penalty of their own. It was Johnny Walker getting his 10th goal of the year off of a redirection of some sort from Andrew Nielsen. That was also assisted by Brandon Cutler. We're not entirely sure what happened on that goal as we were dropping frames in that moment. But nonetheless, it was a 1-1 game after that. And that's where we stand right now. Utah is 1 for 3 on the power play. So is Rapid City. And shots are 8-9 in favor of the Rush.
I'm going to drop that Andrew Nielsen shot.
Go ahead
if you're on YouTube. But hold the mic here.
Yeah, I get the mic.
Hold my mic. So it's like Nielsen was over on the right point for a little bit. And there's a camera right over there. I just realized how tough this is. So Nielsen was over on the right side. Cutler was nearby. And so, Cutler was on the right side. Then Nielsen ended up with the puck in the left point. And he's right there near the circle. And he fires a shot. And about somewhere between Nielsen taking the shot and Walker out in front of the net redirecting it, we got a screen glitch for about 2 seconds. We have no clue what's going on. We're looking frame by frame. Before you know it, the Grizzlies start celebrating. So you're like, okay, is it Nielsen or is it Johnny Walker redirecting it out in front? And it appears that Johnny Walker, we'll have to take the word of the off-ice officials in the score sheet over in Rapid City, but it looks like he redirected the Andrew Nielsen shot. Well, we don't know because the screen froze about that time, but we do know that Johnny Walker gets his 10th goal of the season. He becomes the 4th Grizzlies player to score 10 or more goals this year, as Cameron Wright and Taryn Fizer are each tied for the club lead with 12 goals. Brandon Cutler's got 10, and now Johnny Walker has 10 goals. And you think about Walker on the power play, that's what the Grizzlies missed when he missed about a month and a half worth of action, is him being the guy out in front of the net. He's not a very big guy. He's only listed at 6 feet and 193 pounds, but he's got quick hands out in front and those type of things where this isn't the first time this season where he's redirected one into the back of the net on the Grizzlies power play. He's got that great hands, and he can certainly make his impact felt in front of the net, even though he's not a very big guy. And I know Tim Broussard would always mention Dino Cicerelli. Not a very big guy, but he makes an impact out in front of the net, and that's what Johnny Walker did in the first period.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny Walker, this is a guy that I think has been sorely missed for this team since he went out that injury. This is a guy that brings a lot of emotion to his game, but he also has, as you mentioned, some really soft hands. He can really get his stick in the right areas. He goes to those real greasy areas out in front of the net and makes plays happen. And I was going to say we saw it again here, but we didn't see it. Maybe somebody else did. We were, like I said, we were dropping frames. It might be the monster trucks outside.
I think the big monster truck was probably in the internet spot.
Yeah, they got monster trucks here at Maverick Center. We can hear them roaring right now, actually. But, I mean, Johnny Walker, he just seems to be in the right place at the right time. And I think that's why he's in the double digits with goals this year, is he just finds a way to get into those greasy areas and get those big impact goals.
No, that last roar was my stomach. I apologize for that. But, the Grizzlies get Connor McDonald back, and he's just one of those guys who makes great decisions with the puck, especially in the Grizzlies zone. It's great to have him back after missing 3 straight.
Yeah, Tyson. I mean, Connor McDonald, he was featured on Wallpaper Wednesday this week.
That's right.
If you're not following the Grizzlies social channels, that's Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you're not following those, go do it right now, because Wallpaper Wednesday, that stuff is awesome. Go check out the Grizzlies social channels. But Connor McDonald, this is a guy that's the captain of the team. He's the leader, and he does a lot of things really well. He's kind of like James Sheeran in the fact that he doesn't score a whole lot, but he does a great job of getting in shooting lanes, blocking shots, getting his stick in the right place at the right time. Connor McDonald is a solid foundation of the Grizzlies defense.
So Johnny Walker gets Utah's first goal of the game, which is brought to you by Optum. Optum Healthcare is putting you at the center of everything we do. And think about it, Optum has certainly given me a good idea. Instead of this pick-to-click thing we've been going with no price, how about we have Optum Healthcare sponsor the first goal of the game? It's easy. Who's going to score Utah's first goal? Tonight it was Johnny Walker. Who knows who's going to be tomorrow? It could be Taryn Pfizer. It could be Cameron Wright. I'm thinking we drop picks to click and instead go with Optum Healthcare and talk about the first goal of the game. Put that on the YouTube channel right there, in the live chat. Forget about picks to click now. It's going to be first goal of the game presented by Optum.
Well, folks, you heard it here first. Pick to click is dead. Well, now we're going with the Optum first goal of the game tonight. It's Johnny Walker. Tomorrow, like you said, who knows? Who could it be? Well, I don't know. You got to show up for the Grizzlies pregame show tomorrow, 6:50 pregame show. That's when it starts. Go into the live chat.
Let's have a moment of silence for the end of Picks to Click. Thank you. Picks to Click is dead as we're going with the Optum first goal of the game. We're having some fun on a Friday night. It's been frustrating because our computers this laptop's been glitching. It's got the game broadcast. We're having a little bit of fun here. First intermission. We're tied at 1. And, like you mentioned, and like I observed, it's about as evenly played a first period as you can get.
Yeah, it was really even. I mean, I think the shot count is indicative of that. And now I guess they've added an extra shot for the Grizzlies. So now we're at an even 9-9. But this is really just an evenly played game, but it's also really fast. I mean, we're seeing play go from one end to the other in an instant, in a snap of a finger, in a blink of an eye. It's like if you blink, you're going to miss something really important in a game like this. And I think if you're the Grizzlies, it comes down to precision. You have to be really precise in what you do, because one costly turnover and it could go the other way.
I think that was a big thing about the Grizzlies and why they swept Rapid City a couple weeks ago at Maverick Center. And maybe why they didn't have a whole lot of success against Allen, because it was really the power play production, which really wasn't all that good against Allen. But you think about when the Grizzlies had their successful month of January, it was tied to a successful penalty kill and a successful power play. They did give up the power play goal earlier in the first period, but then, you respond with a power play goal of your own. And that's where I think that you see the impact of Andrew Nilsson and the 6 or 7 years of professional experience that he has, is he makes good decisions with the puck. He can either find the right guy for an open look on either the left wing or the right wing, or he's got a powerful enough shot to where if he's all alone, he can call his own number and fire towards the net. Or in the case of the first period, fire towards the net and somebody with soft hands like Johnny Walker redirecting it.
Yeah, Tyson, I think you talk about Andrew Nilsson utilizing his shot. I think that shot is one of his most valuable assets, but also is his size. And he can muscle around defenders and really open up that shooting lane for himself to take those kind of shots. I think what we saw more in the first period was more of like a slap pass. I think that was an intentional play to maybe hit the stick of Johnny Walker, who was bursting in out in front. I mean, that's another thing that he does really well. Andrew Nilsson picks his head up, looks at those shooting lanes, finds out, okay, is it time to take a shot here on goal, or is it time to, in this case, find a streaking forward like Johnny Walker?
So we're tied at 1. First intermission. When we come back, we'll go over some scores from around the world of sports. That's right, Picks to Click. Goodbye. It's the Optum first goal of the game from now until the end of time. As the Grizzlies and Rush are tied at 1, Johnny Walker is the Optum Healthcare first goal of the game. We'll come back and give you some scores from around the world of sports. We're tied at 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Welcome back to Maverick Center. We got the monster trucks revving up over in the arena. I think the monster trucks are going to be here tomorrow. 2 different shows. If you got nothing else to do tomorrow, come on down to Maverick Center. Enjoy that. I hear tickets are at an affordable price. Guy and I were thinking about doing an impersonation of the monster truck voice guy. We decided against it, although maybe tomorrow we'll talk ourselves into it. Other scores from around the league. A few games have already gone final. Newfoundland defeats Adirondack 5-4. Iowa over Indy 4-2. So Iowa gets a rare road victory, only their 3rd road win of the year. Jacksonville defeats Atlanta 2-1. Did you see the news yesterday? The big trade. Vladislav Tarasenko getting traded from the Blues to the New York Rangers. As a part of that deal was former Grizzly Hunter Skinner, who had been playing with the Jacksonville Icemen. Skinner has an NHL entry-level deal with the New York Rangers. He's a former Ranger draft pick. And so Hunter Skinner is actually involved in that trade. It's kind of interesting because, Skinner, I think it's Springfield, I think, is the Blues AHL affiliate. However, the Blues don't have an ECHL affiliate. So where does Hunter Skinner go? I know some of their players have been going in the past to Tulsa, who was an affiliate with St. Louis, but I don't know about the status of Hunter Skinner if he's in the ECHL. All we do know is that he was traded by the Rangers to the St. Louis Blues. And obviously there's a few other players involved in that trade. And I think that's pretty good for the Rangers to look like they're all in on trying to win a Stanley Cup this year. In separate news, Jacksonville defeats Atlanta 2-1. Greenville over South Carolina 7-5. The Grizzlies will take on the Greenville Swamp Rabbits next Wednesday. It's going to be the only meeting this season, and that's going to be on Wednesday, February 15th at Bon Secours Wellness Arena. The last time the Grizzlies faced the Greenville Swamp Rabbits was in February of 2020. I remember because I was there, and it was one of the more interesting games that season as the Grizzlies took a 4-0 lead in the first period. Brandon Sajan, the Ragin' Sajan, had one of the 4 goals for Utah. And then Greenville scored 4 goals in the second period to tie up the game. And then with about 2 minutes left in regulation, Yuri Terreo took a shot from the left side. It was redirected by Mitch Maxwell and ended up in the back of the net. If I remember right, Ty Lewis ended up with an empty netter, and Utah ended up winning 6-4. That was the day before the Super Bowl, and it's interesting Utah's taking on Greenville in that same arena 3 days after the Super Bowl. As the Chiefs take on the Eagles 2 days from now, I got the Eagles winning 28-24. We'll get Guy Chiarenza's Super Bowl picks here shortly. And checking to see if the former Grizzly Miles Gendron, if he was in the lineup. He did not play, but it looked like a good game for Lord Anthony Grissom, who had 1 goal and 1 assist as Greenville defeated South Carolina 7-5. In overtime, Worcester over Reading 4-3. It was also a 4-3 overtime game as Norfolk gets their 9th win of the year as Jeff Carr's Norfolk Admirals defeats Wheeling 4-3. Maine over Trois-Rivières 4-2. It was also a 4-2 final as Toledo defeated Kalamazoo. Orlando over Florida 3-2. The Grizzlies will be in Orlando for a 2-game series on February 19th and 20th. Cincinnati over Savannah, 6-1. The Grizzlies will take on Savannah next Friday, February 17th, for the only season meeting. Savannah's in their first year of existence as they fall to 14-23, 7-1. Games in progress, second intermission. Fort Wayne leads Allen 5-2. Allen was a 7-3 winner last night. That game played at Credit Union of Texas Event Center. Early third period, Kansas City leads Wichita 3-2. And after one period at Idaho Central Arena, Tulsa and Idaho are tied at 1. Looks like both teams are now on the ice. We'll start second period action here shortly. Scratches for the Grizzlies tonight. We mentioned him in the pregame. Zach Sekos out with an upper body injury. Dakota Raby also out with an upper body injury. Mikalchuk's got a lower body injury. I'm not sure about his timetable for Mikalchuk, but I imagine, but it wasn't as bad as social media made it out to be, but he is out for the next few weeks. Corey Thomas has a lower body injury. He's out. And Joey Kolatarsi's also out of the lineup. And Victor Bartley. The rumor has it that Victor Bartley is going to have a new addition to his family. I don't know if the baby's been born yet, but it looks like Victor Bartley is going to have another child. And congratulations to the Bartley family. And if the rumor isn't true, well, congratulations anyway, as Victor Bartley's had himself quite the life as he's played in 121 games of NHL experience. Well, looks like second period will begin here shortly. Guy, what do the Grizzlies need to do in order to get a lead after 2 periods? As Utah's 14-1 when leading after 2.
Well, Tyson, I really like the way that the Grizzlies came out to start the first period. I thought they had a lot of energy and a lot of speed to their game. I think if they want to come out and score the next goal, I think they have to do just that again. But also, you want to stay out of the penalty box. We saw Rapid City got a power play goal. You don't want to give them another opportunity to do so. So stay out of the penalty box and play your game.
Both teams had 9 shots in the first period. Both teams had a power play goal. It was about as evenly matched the first period as you're going to get. Grizzlies will be skating from our left to our right as we see it on YouTube or see it on Flow Sports. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube. Sadly, for the people on YouTube, they're just looking at me and Guy watching a hockey game. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Tyler Penner will take the draw. He's got Turin Pfizer to his right and Brandon Cutler to his left as Rapid City wins the draw. They cross center ice. The pass behind a rush skater goes back to Cutler in the left wing. He'll chip it to the right corner in the offensive zone as Pfizer gets over to Penner. Penner scored a goal last Saturday. He'll get it back to Cutler in the left corner, back towards Penner as he skates towards his right. Puck glides towards the point. Andrew Nilsson gets it back over to Penner, gets back checked. Pfizer centers it and bounces off a Colton Leader. And the rush feed it out to center ice where the Grizzlies will reset. Utah backs it out into their own zone as Nilsson will feed it ahead. Puck bouncing off of Brandon Cutler. He gets the puck over to Penner on the right side. Penner skates in. Shot hits the side of the net on the near side. Rapid City wraps it around the far side. They get it at center. Rush, trying to get it over towards Brett Gravel. Pass behind him. He has to retreat and get it at neutral ice. He'll dump it in as Trent Miner plays it behind his net. Both teams make their first line change of the second period. As Bryson Martin skates down the middle, he'll feed it to the left for Cameron Wright. Bounced off his stick. Now goes to Jamison, who over skates it. Rapid City moves it ahead out to center ice. As the rusher offside as they gain the line. Aliardi wouldn't touch it. Delayed offside. He'll let Jordan Martell take the puck. He'll get it. And as Martell will throw it back over to Utah's Martin with a left wing pass to Jamison, who corrals it. Jamison skates towards left corner. Now he'll wrap it around towards Jamison. And Martell gets hit. Puck glides towards the far side. Rapid City gets it. They cross center ice. As the rush. Aliardi to the left side gains the line, and he'll chip it around the boards. Miner cuts it up behind his net. McDonald skates behind the net to get the puck. 1.5 minutes into the second period. Neither team's taken a shot yet, as we're tied at 1. As the Grizzlies, still in their own zone, get it over to McDonald, and the captain feeds it to neutral ice near the bench area. Martin will throw it back to the Utah blue line. Rapid City picks it off. As the rush, skate in, they'll dump it to the corner, does Matt Marshall. Grizzlies kick it back to center. Rapid City, Keegan Iverson playing a defensive role, fires a shot, saved by Miner. That's officially listed as a shot. It's Rapid City's first of the second period. Cross-ice pass. Cameron Wright gets to the right side. I look to center it to Jamison, and Carter Robertson got a stick in the way as the puck glides towards the end wall as Grizzlies throw it back to the left point. Utah takes a lefty shot, saved by Carlson. I think that was Aaron Tho. As Cam Strong throws it back to Tho, he takes a one-timer, and it gets blocked. Rapid City gets the puck. They'll bounce it off the far boards. Tho gets the puck back. He's had a good shift. He'll feed it to the right side for Walker. Walker skates towards the right side. He looks to center it. All out in front to Strong, but it goes past him out to the far corner. As Tho gets dumped by Zach Court. Now it goes back to Marcino. He collides with the Grizzlies. It goes towards the right side. Dylan Fitz collides with a rush skater. And Rapid City will poke it back deep in the Grizzlies zone. No icing as Kyle Pouncey chases after it. Pouncey, wearing number 23, gets the puck as he'll stop behind Miner. As the Grizzlies spread the ice about 3 minutes into the second period. We're tied at 1. No shots yet for the Grizzlies in the second period. They'll throw it out to center ice for Penner. He gets it poked away. Rapid City skates to the right circle. They'll stop. They'll take a lefty shot, and it's blocked by Tho. Now the puck rolls towards Miner, and he covers up. 16:57 left in the second as Rapid City's taken 2 shots here early in the second. Grizzlies yet to take one, but I really like the pace of this game. I think it's going Utah's way, despite the fact that they haven't taken a shot yet in the second period.
Yeah, Tyson, no doubt about it. I mean, that was a very speedy first couple of minutes here, and I really liked the pacing of it. I liked the way that the Grizzlies came out with that energy, with that speed that I wanted to see them carry over from the first period into the second. They did just that. No shots, but a lot of good opportunities.
Draws in the Grizzly zone in the far circle. Tyler Penner will take it against Jimmy Soper, the former Tulsa Oiler, recently acquired in a trade with Norfolk after he failed to report to Norfolk. Right wing shot saved by Minor as Taryn Pfizer over in the corner gets pushed by Max Cota. Cota gets the puck, skates around the net, wraparound shot saved by Minor. Grizzlies get in the far side. Cutler gets hit by Cota as Cutler couldn't clear it out. Now Soper around the net. He'll skate in, shot and a score. Jimmy Soper gets his 17th of the year and first in a Rapid City uniform as the Rush have taken a 2-1 lead. Well, Soper's given the Grizzlies fits over the years. He played well for Tulsa in late January against the Grizzlies. Just kind of skated from the far goal line into the net and just kind of overpowered the puck past Trent Minor. So Rapid City's taking the first 3 shots of this second period, and Jimmy Soper has given the Rush a 2-1 lead. Draws going to be at center ice. It's won by Utah's Cameron Wright. Gets pushed by Tyson Elgison. Feeds to the left side. Shot saved by Carlson. First shot by the Grizzlies in the second period. Battle in the near corner. Jamison over there. Cameron Wright. 2 Rush skaters. Rush win it as they'll feed it out to the far side as Rapid City carries it out to center ice. As Aliardi crosses center, will lift it in the air. It bounces off the end boards on no hops. As Grizzlies towards the near side chip it back to center ice. Rapid City gets it back as Olsdorf dumps it in. As it goes back to Utah, goes between the legs of McDonald, who has to chase it deeper in the Grizzlies zone. He'll feed it to the far side as we get a whistle. I think something happened away from the play. Is it going to be a penalty? I think it is. Let's see what it's going to be on. Draw's going to be out to neutralize. It might have been a delayed offside that got touched up. 2-1 Rush, 15:54 left in the second. It's hard to say sometimes with a remote broadcast what happens away from the play. So Draw's going to be at neutralize. Jimmy Soper gets his 17th of the year. Max Cota and Matt Marchino with the assists. So Marchino and Cota each have 2 assists for Rapid City tonight. Neutralize Straw, won by Rapid City. They dump it in as Kyle Pouncey feeds it to Dylan Fitz. Fitz turns it over. Rapid City dumps it to the left corner as Aaron Tho nudges ahead, but the Rush skate back towards the left corner. They look for a centering pass on swing and a miss as Iverson was cutting towards the net. Grizzlies skate the other way. Cam Strong with speed. Cross the center ice, drops off for Fitz. Shot saved by Carlson. And the puck goes back over as Keegan Iverson rolled it back to Carlson, who covers up. And after the whistle, Johnny Walker collided with Iverson. Now Zach Quart has Walker by the shirt as Quart's got his left arm on Walker's shirt, and Keegan Iverson takes his glove and shoves it up the face of Walker. Now Iverson drags down Walker, and Iverson continues to take his glove and throw it and hold it on Walker's face. Iverson's probably going to get a penalty, and all Walker really did was get really close to Adam Carlson when Carlson was looking to make the save. So I wonder if Iverson's going to get a penalty, probably a roughing minor, and it is going to be a penalty on Keegan Iverson. And so Iverson's unhappy with Johnny Walker. And so Iverson's going to go to the penalty box. 15:28 left in the second. It looks like Walker's going to get a penalty as well. So I don't know if either team's going to get a power play as Iverson and Walker are each in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. And the Rush lead 2-1. As Carlson made the save, and then after the whistle, the Rush went after Johnny Walker. Draw's going to be in the Rush zone. And obviously, at this point, you're starting to count bodies to see how many are on the ice for Rapid City or how many are out there for Utah. There's 4 for Rapid City. Let's see how many are on the ice for Utah. We might not know until the puck is in play. Jimmy Soper will take the draw. He's got the game-deciding goal right now as he has 17 on the season. The first 16 of them came in a Tulsa Oilers uniform. He'll take the draw against Brandon Cutler as the Grizzlies have 4 on the ice as well. We're skating 4-on-4. Nilsson feeds to the left side. All alone's Cutler. Cutler around the net. He'll feed it out in front. And the puck goes past Andrew Nilsson and rolls towards Trent Minor, plays it in the crease, and he'll give it to Taryn Pfizer. We're skating 4-on-4. Pfizer skates down the middle. He crosses center ice. Now he'll skate down the middle. Now he'll veer off to the left circles. He steps over the blue line. Pfizer skates towards his right. He's now at the point as Pfizer bounces it off the skate of Jimmy Soper. Now it rolls back to Brett Gravel will throw a pass out to the near side. Taken by Shearer. He'll feed it across to, I believe, Nilsson. Now across to Pfizer at neutral ice. Terran crossed to the center red line. Now he crossed the blue line, right side. He'll skate towards the circle. Takes a righty shot that's blocked by Kenton Helgeson. Shearer over to Pfizer. He's in the right point. He'll feed it to the corner on the near side for Cutler. Cutler skates towards his left. He's in the high slot now to McDonald. And Connor loses it. As it goes back to Rapid City as Marciano across the center ice. Drops it off for Helgeson. Now drops it off for Marciano. Left wing shot and spot by Cutler. As Helgeson in the near side will feed it back around. As it rolls back to Tyson Helgeson. He's in the left side. He'll drop it off for Coda. He'll skate towards his right now. Feed the left circle just outside of it for Marciano. Now to the high slot for Coda, but he'll back it out to neutral ice. Now we get a whistle. As I think Rapid City is going to be called for offside, maybe. As the draw is going to be near the Rapid City bench. I think it is an offside call with 14:06 left in the second period. Don't know how much time's left in the 4-on-4 as Iverson and Walker each got penalties. I imagine it's matching roughing minors. Looks like Walker got a roughing minor and Iverson got 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. You mean taking your glove and shoving up a guy's face is unsportsmanlike? Draws one by Utah. They skate from left to right. 6 minutes into the second period as Utah crosses center ice. McDonald dumps it in. Chasing after it's Tyson Helgeson. No icing. As the puck rolls back to Rapid City. As the rush skate from right to left. Russia moving out to center ice. Coda drops it off for Gravel. Now it's the left side. Carter Robertson over to Coda. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Minor. Trent gloves it and holds on with 13:42 left in the second period. Looks like there's a timeout in the ice. We'll take one as well. Rush lead 2-1 on Jimmy Soper's 17th of the year. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
It's the Rush 2 and the Grizzlies 1. Both teams had a power play goal in the first period. Jimmy Soper gave Rapid City a 2-1 lead as he scored 3:24 into the second period with Max Coda and Brett Gravel getting the assists. As the draw in the Grizzly zone is won by Rapid City. They're wearing a red jersey with white mixed in. As Alex Aliardi in the slot, he'll take a righty shot. As saved by Minor. As he was taking the shot, Cameron Wright blasted Aliardi. And Kenton Helgeson skates over to have a couple words with Wright. Cameron Wright has 4 shots for Utah. He's the only guy with more than 1 shot for the Grizzlies tonight. Wright is second in the league coming into play tonight with 147 shots. Second among league rookies. And he's in the top 10 in shots overall this season. Draw's going to be in the left circle. Logan Nelson will take the draw. Nelson had a penalty shot a minute and a half into the contest, and Trent Minor made the save. Nelson this season has 14 goals and 21 assists, and this is 40th game of the season. Draw won by Rapid City. They're in the offensive zone as Kenton Helgeson gets over to Nelson, who had to glove it as it was about chest high. Puck ends up with Aliardi. He loses it. Grizzlies feed a blue line to blue line pass, and it connects. Grizzlies dropping off to Walker. Left wing shot, and it gets blocked, and it rolls along the near boards. As Nelson gets boxed out by Kyle Pouncey. Good defensive play by Pouncey, who moves it towards the Grizzlies bench. Rapid City nudges it ahead. And Tho feeds it back to Walker, gets cut off. Rapid City will ricochet it off the near boards. It goes into the Grizzlies zone. Pouncey gets it. He'll stop behind Trent Minor as the Grizzlies start the attack, skating from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube. As Grizzlies feed it over to Aaron Tho in the far corner. Tho throws it out to center ice. It bounced off a Rapid City stick. Now they feed it over to Kenton Helgeson. He'll nudge it ahead looking for Jimmy Soper, and it's taken away by Fitz. Grizzlies dump it in as Rapid City gets it back in their own zone. As Tyson Helgeson, the left wing, crosses center ice. Tries to get around Penner and gets over to Max Cotto, who swings and misses from the left circle. Grizzlies come back the other way as Tyron Fizer crosses center ice. Left wing pass to Cutler, skates towards the left circle. I tried to find Fizer out in front. Pass went wide. As McDonald pitches it back to the corner. Cutler gets cut off by Tyson Helgeson. Rapid City wraps the puck around their own net. Now back towards Max Cotto, who collides with Bryson Martin. Martin battles with Cotto. Goes back to Rapid City. Tyson Helgeson, the left side, will cross center ice and dump it in. Puck rolls back to the right side. Rush make a line change. 8 minutes into the second period. Rush lead 2-1. Grizzlies moving out to center ice. And the pass didn't connect. Rush want icing, and the officials agree. Icing on the Grizzlies, 11 minutes and 54 seconds left in the second period. Rush lead 2-1. What have you seen from the Grizzlies here in the second?
Well, Tyson, I really like the Grizzlies' transition game so far. I think they're doing a really good job of taking the puck from their own end and going into the Rapid City zone with speed. I think it's only a matter of time before the Grizzlies are able to cash in on one of these opportunities.
Matt Marshall will take the draw against Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man. As the draw, well, the linesman didn't drop the puck. Linesman tonight, Cade Blumenrader and Benjamin Gallick. As the draw on the far side is won by Utah's. Bryson Martin throws to McDonald. Now to Fizer. Fizer along the near side will bounce it off a Rush skater. Rush into the offensive zone as they battle. Penner feeds it ahead. Rapid City at neutral ice. Iverson loses it as near the center ice logo. Fizer, the right wing pass to Cutler, spins it along the wall. As Iverson collides with a Grizzlies skater, goes back to Rapid City. They'll bounce it out to center ice. Grizzlies poke it ahead. Now another Rush skater gets it, and it's Yamamoto. He looks to center, and it bounced off of Martel. As Jamison in the far corner of the Grizzlies zone, Grizzlies will pitch it out towards center ice. Martel chases after it. Rapid City gets it back and dumps it in. Miner will let Nilsson play it behind the Grizzlies net. Nilsson, a former third-round draft pick of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He'll throw it to the near side for Wright, who gets around Aliardi. Right now at center ice. Will feed it to his left, and the Grizzlies dump it in. Colton Leader, now a defenseman, used to be a forward, will chip it over to the far side for Kenton Helgeson. Helgeson gets a puck, and he'll feed it ahead to Aliardi. Aliardi skates towards the right side, and he'll take a shot, saved by Miner. And the puck towards the side of the net. Sure battles. He gets it. He wins a one-on-one battle. He'll throw it ahead to Martel across the center ice. He'll dish it to his right for Wright. Wright gets around Aliardi. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Carlson. Puck to the far side. Grizzlies at the point, trying to keep the puck in the zone. And the puck squirts out to center. Utah has control of it. As Utah chases it down deep in their own zone, Nilsson gets it. Both teams change up forwards. Nilsson with a rink-wide pass. It connects. Walker skates down the middle. I tried to find Strong on the right side. Walker gets it back. He'll take a shot. And saved by Carlson. Rebound goes out to the point. As Cutler skates towards the corner. Now back to Cam Strong. We'll feed it to the right side for Pouncey. Now across to Fitz. Will take a shot. Saved by Carlson. Rebound goes out to the far side. As Strong gets spun around. Fitz overskates it. Now goes back towards Walker. Rapid City pokes it away from Walker and clears it out. And the puck rolls towards Trent Miner, who has to play it. Pouncey behind his net as Rapid City will change up defensemen. So we're halfway through the scheduled 60 minutes. 9:45 and counting left in the second. Rush lead 2-1. Rapid City's outshot Utah 16-12. Grizzlies at center ice get the puck taken away from him. Yamamoto skates towards the near corner. He gets the puck. He'll look to center it. Shot! And a score. Looks like Matt Marchino gets the goal as Yamamoto skated all alone in the near corner. Centered it to Marchino, who found the back of the net as the Rush have taken a 3-1 lead. Matt Marchino high fives everybody on the Rush bench as he gets his team leading 19th goal of the season. As he breaks a tie with Calder Brooks, who's out on bereavement leave. And it looked like Dylan Fitz was chasing after Marchino, but Yamamoto with the pass connected, and Marchino was able to put it away. So Keanu Yamamoto scored a first period power play goal. He now adds an assist as he has a multiple point game. As Rapid City wins the faceoff, Carter Robertson wraps it around the boards. Miner plays behind his net as the Rush now lead 3-1. Fizer along the near boards. Penner over there as Rapid City's Marchino delivers a hit. Robertson throws it back to the Utah corner. Bryson Martin with a rink-wide pass. Utah chasing after it. No icing as the Grizzlies look to center towards Fizer. Passes wide of him. And it goes back into the Grizzlies zone as Andrew Nilsson will chase after it. He gets the puck. Nilsson at the Utah goal line now skates down the middle. Nilsson will toss it ahead. Blue line to blue line pass. Bounced off a Penner. Or did it? Looks like it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies. 8:57 left in the second. Draw's going to come back towards Trent Miner. Matt Marchion's goal was scored 10:27 in. Keanu Yamamoto and Zach Court got the assists. Rapid City scored first. It was a power play tally by Keanu Yamamoto, 13:52 in. Matt Marchionneau and Max Cota with the assist. It was a power play tally. Less than 2 minutes later, the Grizzlies got a power play goal of their own as Johnny Walker redirected an Andrew Nilsson shot. Walker has 6th power play goal of the season and 10th overall. Andrew Nilsson and Brandon Cutler with the assists as Cutler extends his point-scoring streak to 9 games. Score is tied at 1 after 20 minutes of play. Jimmy Soper made it a 2-1 game as he scored 3:24 in with Cota and Gravel getting the assist. And then Matt Marchionneau got a centering pass from Yamamoto and scored 10:27 into the second. Zach Court also with an assist. So 2 assists for Max Cota, 1 goal and 1 assist from Keanu Yamamoto and Matt Marchionneau. For the Grizzlies, they've taken 12 shots. Cameron Wright has 4. Johnny Walker has 2, including one that's found the back of the net. And, Guy, it looks like the Grizzlies have some catching up to do in the second half of the game.
Yeah, Tyson, they do. And I think if you're the Grizzlies, you just have to find a way to calm yourselves down. There's still plenty of game left to be played. We're only just over halfway through the game. There's plenty of time. Just settle down, keep your head up, and make smart decisions. You can't turn the puck over against this Rapid City team or else they're going to take it the other way and score.
Draw's going to be at neutral ice in rush territory. Keaton Jamison wins the faceoff as Bryson Martin crosses center and dumps it in as Kenton Helgeson collides with Martel as Logan that is, will feed it over to the left side as Rapid City lifts it in the air. It's gloved by Martin at the Rapid City blue line. He'll spin it around to the right side as Cameron Wright collides with Helgeson, goes back to Logan Nelson. He'll spin it back around for Aliardi, who's being chased by Jamison. Now Rapid City crosses center ice, left wing pass towards number 18, Whelan Parrish. First time the Grizzlies have faced him. Left side shot saved by Minor, who's now stopped 10 of 13, or make that 14 of 17. Grizzlies dumping in. Wright chases after it, and Helgeson takes it away. So ricochet off the near boards as Helgeson goes out to center ice. Andrew Nilsson moves it ahead. Jamison in the area as Carter Robertson will throw it back into the Grizzlies zone. Nilsson will move it out to center ice. Jamison, rink-wide pass goes to the Rooster on the left side, back over to Cameron Wright, and Helgeson cuts it off and picks it off as he'll feed it to the near side. As Jimmy Soper skates towards the left circle, looking for a centering pass. It bounced off of Shearer. Grizzlies with a double team hit behind Minor, Shearer and Nilsson. Grizzlies move it ahead to Wright, who skates down the middle. He'll throw a right wing pass to Penner. Penner gets held up, gets spun around by Tyson Helgeson as Zulsdorf touches up the puck, but there's no call on the play. As the Rush skate from left to right, 7.5 minutes left in the second. Rush move it ahead as they enter the offensive zone. Max Cota carries the puck in the zone, but offside. The Rush with 7:28 left in the second. Rush have outshot the Grizzlies 17-12. The faceoff's going to be in Grizzlies territory. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 6:50 pregame show, 7:05 faceoff, the 10th and final meeting of the season between the Grizzlies and the Rush. It's kind of odd with still about 2 months left in the regular season that Utah will be done playing Rapid City in the regular year. As the Grizzlies win the draw, they're back deep in their own zone as Utah skates from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports as Penner throws it ahead as Dylan Fitz dumps it in while he collided with Tyson Helgeson, who's really thrown his body around here tonight, and he usually does. Helgeson, a physical presence, both Kenton and Tyson. As out to center ice, Tyson Helgeson skates in. He'll feed a left wing pass to Yamamoto. He'll throw it across, looking for Marchionneau. He couldn't handle the puck, and Utah will carry it out to center ice as Brandon Cutler gets dragged down. Utah with it as Penner will dump it in from the right side. Rapid City will take the puck behind their net, and they'll skate towards the near side as Rapid City's Ryan Zulsdorf throws it to the center ice logo. Rapid City bobbles the puck for a second. Now they'll move it ahead to Zach Cord, who dumps it in. Grizzlies get it in the near circle. Utah feeds a rink-wide pass to the left side. Now they move it ahead as did the pass connect. Grizzlies skate over there, and looks like we keep playing. No icing as Zulsdorf to the far side collides with Fitz. Puck squirts towards the slot. The Rapid City takes it. They'll skate down the middle, cross center ice, and dump it in. As Bryson Martin, getting chased by Logan Nelson, will move it to the near side for Pfizer. He'll bounce it off the boards. Johnny Walker chases after it. Carter Robertson gets it. Walker collides with Robertson on the end glass there of Rapid City zone as the Rush move it out to center ice. Left wing, Nelson dumps it into the right corner. Martin gets it. He'll skate around Minor's net. Now over to Connor McDonald, who will spin it to the far side for Fitz, who gets hit. Puck lifts into the air. Rapid City gloves it at the Utah blue line. They'll move it ahead, but Connor McDonald takes it away. McDonald skates down the middle. High slot. Shot goes wide. Puck goes to Carter Robertson. He'll move it to the right side as Rapid City skates the right circle. Lefty shot. Saved by Minor. And Trent holds on. Lucas Fuchs took that last shot as Andrew Nilsson held his face as if he were hit by a high stick on the follow-through from Fuchs' shot. 5:42 left in the second period. Rush lead 3-1. They've outshot the Grizzlies 18-12. We're back in 1 minute. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott. It's a Rush 3 and the Grizzlies 1. 5:42 left in the second period. Keaton Jameson will take the draw against Jimmy Soper. Both guys wear number 12 for their respective clubs. Utah wins the draw as Wright gets over towards Jameson. Kicks off a Rapid City skater. And he goes back over to Rapid City as they're over to the right side. Max Coda in the area as the Rush continue to battle as puck ends up with Rapid City. But Utah now carries it out to center ice as the Grizzlies over to the left. Get it back to the left circle. Rooster shot. Saved by Carlson. As Rapid City towards the near side of their own zone, they nudge it to Brett Gravel, who will backhand it out to center ice. As Max Coda crosses center, he'll try to dump it to the corner. Grizzlies poke it away as it goes back to center ice. Cameron Wright crosses center. It leads Utah with 4 shots tonight. He'll feed it over to the left side looking for the Rooster. Rapid City gets a stick in the way. It goes out to center ice and into the Grizzlies zone as Shearer feeds it across to Pouncey. Now to Shearer, back to Pouncey on the near side. He'll move it ahead to center ice. As avoiding a check there was Jordan Stone. Christian Simeone chases it down. Now Stone playing forward. Right side will whip it around the boards. It goes to the left point. Grizzlies left point. Lefty shot on it. Gets blocked about 5 feet in front of Carlson. Grizzlies throw it back to the point. And it goes out to center ice. Rapid City gets it 2-on-2. Rush skate towards the right circle. Dig a righty shot. Saved by Minor. Rebound goes back over to Marciano. Took the original shot. Now to Zolsdorf. It bounced off his stick and goes to the near side. Penner over to Cutler across the center. Drops it back off as it bounced off a Rush skater. Penner on a delayed offside. Dumps it back in. Now Penner delivers a hit on Zach Quartz. Goes back to center ice as the Rush will feed it ahead. Penner takes it. He'll bounce it off the far boards. Grizzlies will make a line change as Simeone comes off. Walker's on the ice. He'll get a piece of a Rapid City pass. It goes to Zach Court in the left wing. He'll cross center. Minor plays it to the side of his net. It was a ricochet off the end wall. Now to the left side. It goes out to Johnny Walker at center. Walker skates into the left side. Now he'll veer off to the right. And he'll take a righty shot. Saved by Carlson. Rebound goes out to Cam Strong on the left side. He's in the circle. He'll feed it up top for McDonald in the right wing. McDonald with a righty shot on it. Gets blocked out in front. Squirts back to Strong as he skates towards the near side. Rapid City takes it away. 3-on-2, Rush cross center. They'll throw a left wing pass as it goes to Wheeland Parrish. Parrish gets it poked away by Martin. Now it goes back to Martin. We'll pitch it ahead. Grizzlies at center ice. Lose control of the puck. Walker wants a penalty. And let's see. It looks like it's going to be a holding call. And Rapid City had the puck when the whistle blew. So I think Utah is going to get a power play. As Keegan Iverson and Johnny Walker exchange some words. As the linesmen are between Walker and Iverson, but both guys are chirping at each other. And now a second linesman skates in between Iverson and Walker. There's 3:11 left in the second period. Rapid City leads 3-1. And draw looks like it's going to be in the Rush zone. I think Utah's going to be on a power play as the play stopped when Rapid City had the puck in their own zone. Looks like it is going to be a Grizzlies power play as they try to climb back into this contest. So Rapid City gets a penalty. I think holding's the call. Johnny Walker will take the draw. He's got Cameron Wright to his left and Brandon Cutler to his right. I imagine it's Nilsson and Pfizer up top. Walker takes the draw against Jimmy Soper, and Walker wins it. As Nilsson gets over to Cutler, he's along the near boards. He'll feed it to the corner. As Pfizer gets it back around. Pfizer on the left side gets tripped up. Oh, a call's going to be made. As Cutler to the left side. Well, let's see. The play stopped when the Grizzlies had the puck. Rapid City's going to get a penalty. Tyson Helgeson skates towards the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cells. The Grizzly got tripped up along the far side. So Tyson Helgeson goes to the box. Looks like the Rapid City penalty was too many men on the ice, served by Alex Aliardi. That's why the Grizzlies had a 5-on-4 power play. And looks like Tyson Helgeson's now in the box. 2:58 left in the second period. But yet there's 4 on the ice for Rapid City. Did they call it on Utah somehow? But the draw's going to be in the Rapid City zone. Well, it's hard to say with a lot of close-ups and not being able to see the whole ice as to what's happening. So it looks like Utah's still on a power play, but there's 4 on the ice for Rapid City. So it looks like a 5-on-4 power play continues as the draw won by Utah. Centering pass to Walker. Shot goes wide. Rapid City will clear it out. As Nilsson got a diving and embellishment call as Tyson Helgeson also got a penalty. So that's why we're skating 5-on-4. We'll give you the details later as puck is in play. Cameron Wright to the right side skates towards the corner. Cutler nudges it ahead as Utah still on a 5-on-4 power play. To the left side, Grizzlies feed it to the right side just outside the circle. As Cutler throws to the left side. Now back to the high slot over to Cutler. One-timer and it's blocked. Blocked by Kenton Helgeson. As Cameron Wright to the right side. Looks to center, goes over to Pfizer on the left side, who swings and misses on a one-timer. Max Cota chases towards the far side with Johnny Walker. Now a rush skater bounces off of Utah. Grizzlies still in the offensive zone as Cutler to the right side. He'll skate towards a circle. Now feed it across. Now up top for sure. Back to the left side. Pfizer, one-timer, and it goes wide. Tyson Helgeson swung and missed on trying to clear it out. As Walker spins it back around. Left point. Pfizer keeps it in. 40 seconds left in a 5-on-4 power play. So he'll get it over to Walker on the left side, just outside the circle. Now up top for sure. He'll get it to the right for Cutler. Cutler skates towards his left. He's now in the slot. Now Cutler on the left side as he's just outside the circle over to Shearer. One-timer and it's blocked. Shearer gets it back. He'll throw it over to the left side. Now Cutler, slot, shot, and it's blocked by Cota. Kenton Helgeson gets it, and he'll clear it out as the bouncing puck will glide towards the near corner. Trent Miner cuts it off, and he'll feed it ahead to Cutler. 10 seconds left in the 5-on-4 power play. As Aliardi in the box, as Rapid City had too many men on the ice. As they feed it over to the right side, Aliardi's out of the box right now as Dylan Fitz skates into the offensive zone. Rapid City pokes it away as it goes over to Aliardi, fresh out of the penalty box. Rapid City crosses center. They'll gain the line. They'll skate towards the right circle. Zolsdorf stops. They'll throw it up top to the right point. Carter Robertson, lefty shot saved by Miner. Grizzlies get it and clear it out. So we're skating 5-on-5, 50 seconds and counting left in the second period. Grizzlies cross center ice. They'll nudge it ahead. So they're looking for Fitz, who chases it down along the end wall. Fitz collides with Robertson. This goes back over to Zolsdorf, who feeds the far side. Grizzlies take it away. Jamison, left circle. Shot goes wide. Puck goes back to Aaron Tho. Now Fitz, who spins it back around to the far corner. Jamison gets it up top as the Grizzlies throw it towards the high slot. Martel feeds it to the right side. Rapsy takes it away. They cross center ice. Logan Nelson skates down the middle. Now he veers off to the right. Now he feeds the slot, and Utah picks it off. 15 seconds left in the period as Dylan Fitz, right wing crosses center ice, takes a shot, kick saved by Carlson. The momentum goes all the way deep into the Grizzlies zone. McDonald skates around Miner's net. They'll throw a righty pass, and it goes out to center ice, picked off by Gravel. And that will do it for 40 minutes over at the Monument as the horn sounds. Score is tied at 1 after 20 minutes of play, and Rapid City scored 2 goals in the second period. Now, the details there on why it was only a 5-on-4 power play. Let's see. Rapid City got called for too many men on the ice, served by Alex Aliardi. Time of that penalty, 16:49 into the second period. 13 seconds later, 17:02 in, Tyson Helgeson got a tripping minor, and it looks like Andrew Nilsson got an interference minor. And so that's why we stayed on a 5-on-4 power play instead of it being either a 4-on-3 or a 5-on-3. So Nilsson and Tyson Helgeson each got matching minor penalties, 17:02. So that's why Utah still had a 5-on-4 power play, even though it looked like for a second the Grizzlies would have a 5-on-3 advantage late in the second period. Utah is 1 for 4 on the power play. Rapid City is 1 for 3, as both of the rush goals in the second period were scored 5-on-5. Guy Chiarenza will recap the first 2 periods of play, and we'll also talk some hockey as the Rush have a 3-1 lead heading into the second intermission. The intermission report is brought to you by Rio Tinto Kennecott, and it starts in 2 minutes on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Second intermission over at the Monument. Rapid City leads 3-1. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. We're hanging out in the lobby at Maverick Center, having a good time, and hopefully you're bearing with us on YouTube as, we're just kind of at the mercy of the video feed that we're getting. As both teams had a power play goal in the first period. Rapid City scored 2 5-on-5 goals in the second period. Guy, what have you seen from the first 40 minutes of play?
Well, Tyson, it's been a pretty back-and-forth game, but the Rush kind of pulled out in the second period, and they kind of just pulled ahead. Now they have a 3-1 lead. Well, here's how we got there. It started out with a Yamamoto goal for Rapid City, 13 minutes and 52 seconds into the first period. That's his 11th of the year. That was assisted by Marciano and Coda, and that was a power play goal. But not much longer after that, just about a minute or so, the Grizzlies got a power play goal of their own, and that was Johnny Walker tipping in a slap pass out in front of the net from Andrew Nielsen, getting his 10th of the year, 15:41 into the first period. Brandon Cutler also picks up an assist on that play and adds to his point streak. We go to the second period with the game tied 1-1, but 3 minutes and 24 seconds into that period, it was Jimmy Soper, the Grizzly killer, getting his 17th of the year. It seems every time that he plays against the Grizzlies, he has a goal or an assist or something happens. And tonight was no different. That was assisted by Coda and Gravel, and that gave Rapid City a 2-1 lead. 4 minutes and 32 seconds into the period, Johnny Walker and Kevin Iverson both got minors, and that made it a 4-on-4. Nobody scored there. And it was a pretty clean period up until towards the end. We had some more penalties towards the end of that period. But 10 minutes and 27 seconds into the second period, it was Matt Marciano giving the Rush a 2-goal lead with his 19th of the year. That was assisted by Yamamoto and Court. And as I mentioned before, we did have a few penalties towards the end of the period, and a strange situation in which Rapid City got a too many men on the ice minor. That was served by Ali Yardi 16 minutes and 49 seconds in. And then the Grizzlies would actually end up keeping that 5-on-4 penalty, even though Rapid City took another penalty 17 minutes and 2 seconds into the period, as Andrew Nielsen and Tyson Helgeson both took penalties. And we thought that the Grizzlies would potentially have a 5-on-3. It remained a 5-on-4 because of those two minors offsetting each other. And so shots after 2 periods, it's 21 for Rapid City and 15 for the Grizzlies. It was even after the first period, 9 apiece, but in the second period, Utah took 6 and Rapid City took 12. And as for the Grizzlies, Cameron Wright leads them in shots with 4, and Trent Miner has stopped 18 of 21. So Tyson, after a first period that was pretty even, Rapid City seems to have pulled away in the second period. But I think in the last 20 minutes here, I think the Grizzlies had some things that they can build upon from the second period. They played with a lot of speed, a lot of energy. I think they can take that into the second period and potentially tie this game up.
Yeah, the Grizzlies are going to need a high shot count in the third period. Think about 6 shots in the second period. Rapid City with a 2-goal lead might just sit back and not let the Grizzlies get any odd man breaks and make sure the defensemen don't allow anything. So the Grizzlies are going to have to work here in the third period to come back in this game. But you mentioned Jimmy Soper. I had to look it up. In the 3-game series, he used to be a Tulsa Oiler. In fact, in the 3-game series, when the Grizzlies were at BOK Center in the third weekend of January, Soper in 3 games had 3 goals and 1 assist. He was Tulsa's best player that series, and so it was a little bit surprising after that series where he got traded from Tulsa to Norfolk. My guess is he never reported to Norfolk. He looked at their win total and said, nah, I'm pass. And so he never did report to Norfolk from what we gather. And then Norfolk, obviously he's not playing for them, and I guess wasn't going to play for them. So Norfolk traded him to Rapid City for future considerations. This is his first game with Rapid City, and he picked up a second period goal. He had 16 goals with Tulsa in 36 games. Now, obviously, and this is Rapid City debut, has 1 goal. So Jimmy Soper is one of Tulsa's best forwards, and it was surprising to see him get traded, even though Tulsa got a pretty good forward in Tag Bertuzzi, who's actually played pretty well for Tulsa since joining their club from Norfolk. But Jimmy Soper, not reporting to Norfolk, ends up getting traded to Rapid City, and that's certainly a good addition for a Rapid City club that is without some good forwards. Ilya Nikolaev is out with an injury. Calder Brooks is on bereavement leave. And Rory Cairns, who, if you saw the Grizzlies in the rush play in late January, Cairns wore number 91, and he's only 20 years old, and he's a very talented forward. He's got 31 points in 31 games, and he's out with an injury. So, Rapid City is without some good forwards, but getting Jimmy Soper certainly gives them a little bit of a boost. And for the Rush, they've lost 5 in a row, as after losing 3 straight at Maverick Center, they got swept in a 2-game series last week against the Wichita Thunder. Grizzlies on a 3-game losing streak, and they're hoping not to make it 4. And, they need a strong third period in order to do that. But, Guy, you looked at the 2 third period goals or the 2 second period goals. I mean, Soper just kind of had the puck in the far side, just kind of skated along the goal line, just nudged the puck and almost looked like he was trying to overpower it past Miner, and eventually got there, and it just went past Trent. And then the second the goal that was scored by Marshno, the Rapid City's 3rd goal of the game. I mean, for whatever reason, I don't know if the Grizzlies got caught in a line change or something, but the puck ended up in the Grizzlies zone. The only guy on the screen was Yamamoto. He skated towards the corner, and then Marshno was skating down the middle, and he had Fitz towards his right. Yamamoto was able to get the pass and connect it to Marshno. And Fitz was probably off by maybe a step, or else he could have cut in front of it, got the pass, and then, maybe nudged it back to the corner or something. But, Marshno's got good speed, won the foot race with Fitz, and then, just nudged it into the back of the net. A good goal scorer there at Marshno. He's obviously got good hands and scored his 19th of the season, as Marshno now leads the Rush in goals, as he had a tie with Calder Brooks, as both guys had 18 goals coming into play tonight. And so, if you're the Grizzlies, you just got to find a way to capitalize on one of those type of plays early in the third period to get back in the game.
Yeah, Tyson, I think the key for the Grizzlies is to kind of just pick your head up and kind of make smart decisions. And when I mean that in the sense that you don't want to turn the puck over against this Rapid City team, because they're going to move like lightning and go the other way. And I think that's what we saw on that 3rd goal. I think a Grizzly skater either overskated the puck or turned the puck over around the blue line. Marshno just took that puck and went the other way. I mean, there was nobody in the vicinity. He had all the time in the world to make a decision, and he picks his head up. He makes a decision in there. So I think for the Grizzlies, you got to find a way to play smart hockey, play the game your way. When the Grizzlies are playing the hockey in the style that they like to play, they win. And so if you're the Grizzlies, you have to come out and set the terms. I think the first few shifts in the third period are going to be very key in setting the tone for the Grizzlies. And if they can do that, I think they have a good chance to come back in this game.
Obviously, the Grizzlies are without some good players, and not having Zach Sekos and Raby and Victor Bartley. And hopefully the rumor is true that Victor Bartley is getting an addition to his family, and we congratulate Victor. Corey Thomas, we're not sure. It's a lower body injury. We're not sure how long he's going to be out. Remember, he got hurt as I think he hit himself on the boards as he was trying to check McCallchuck on Saturday's game. Remember, I think that was in the first period. Then he didn't return to the game, and obviously it's an injury that's kept him out tonight. And might be a few weeks that he's going to be out of the lineup. And obviously the Grizzlies have been without McCallchuck for a little while. So for Utah, obviously you're without some good forwards, but you just can't really think about it, because really all you can do is just kind of keep going with the forwards you do have. And for the Grizzlies, I think that I mentioned it a few times, but it's like what Jerry Sloan used to always say, the former Jazz head coach, that you can't sit around feeling sorry for yourself. You just have to keep chipping away. And I think for the Grizzlies here in the third period, they're just going to have to keep chipping away and take it one shift at a time, and a few other cliches to get back in this game.
Yeah, Tyson, I think that's exactly it. I mean, you take that old cliche from Jerry Sloan, but it's applicable here. And I think if you're the Grizzlies, it's been the theme of the season has been that next man up mentality. Okay, somebody's out. Zach Sekos is out. Who's going to step up? Is it going to be Tyler Penner? Is it going to be Keaton Jameson? Maybe Cam Strong? One of those guys has to step up and fill that role. I mean, we saw Johnny Walker go out with his injury, and we saw the Rooster, Jordan Martell, come over in that trade, and he really started to emerge and started to play really well. And so I think for the Grizzlies, it's that next man up mentality. Who's going to do it? We don't have Sekos in this game. Who's going to stand up? Who's going to do it? I think Cameron Wright's one of those guys that's been a dominant force for the Grizzlies throughout the course of the season. Okay, well, the Grizzlies are down 3-1 here. Yeah, he's gone 4 games without a point. Are you going to step up? Are you going to rise up when your name is called? Somebody here has to make a difference for the Grizzlies and prove to not only themselves and this coaching staff that, hey, I'm here on this team for a reason, and I can help you win games.
Wright does lead the Grizzlies with 4 shots, and Johnny Walker's got 2, and he's been active for the Grizzlies in his third game back after missing a month and a half due to injury. When we come back, we'll go over some scores from around the league, and we'll also have third period action as Rapid City leads Utah 3-1. This is the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Second intermission over at the Monument. And what do you know? Flow Sports Audio is frozen again.
It's those monster trucks.
See if we can get back on Flow Sports here as we're live on YouTube. And let's see. Hey, we're back on Flow Sports. So it looks like my mic's freezing up a couple times there on the Flow Sports feed. But We're just having some fun on a Friday night. Rapid City leads 3-1. It's also a 3-1 score after 2 periods as Idaho leads Tulsa. That game being played at Idaho Central Arena. Looks like Tag Bertuzzi, remember the guy that was traded for Jimmy Soper? Bertuzzi's had a good run of it over in Tulsa. He scores 126 into the contest, and then Idaho scored 3 unanswered as Willie Nerum, Justin Ducharme, and Jade Miller have Idaho's goals. Shots are pretty even in that game. Remy Poirier stopped 22 of 23. Daniel Manella of Tulsa stopped 21 of 24. Idaho 3, Tulsa 1 that game in the second intermission. In overtime, Kansas City gets a 4-3 victory as Hugo Waugh gets the game winner 3:33 into the extra session. Tommy Muck with the assist. So Kansas City gets the extra standing point over the Wichita Thunder as the Mavericks get their 21st win of the season. They now have 47 standings points, and they are in third place by themselves as the Allen Americans. How about this for a game? Fort Wayne defeats Allen 8-6. In a game where there's only one power play goal scored, and that was Fort Wayne, who went 1 for 4 on the power play. Allen was 0 for 5, so a lot of those goals were scored 5-on-5. For Allen, Colby McCauley and Liam Finley each had 2 goals, but Fort Wayne had 2 goals and 1 assist from Boudre, and a really balanced attack for the Fort Wayne Comets. They get the victory 8-6 over the Allen Americans as Allen's winning streak is snapped at 4 straight. Cincinnati over Savannah 6-1. Orlando defeats Florida 3-2. Orlando gets their 23rd win of the season as Garrett Sparks gets the victory in net. He stopped 40 of 42, and it looks like Ross Olson, the former Worcester Railer, scored all 3 goals for the Orlando Solar Bears, goals 19, 20, and 21 on the season. So Orlando and Ross Olson defeat Florida 3-2. Toledo over Kalamazoo 4-2. It was also a 4-2 final as Maine defeated Trois-Rivières by that 4-2 score. There are 2 games in the league, or actually 3. Kansas City won 4-3 in overtime, and it looks like it was also 4-3 overtime winners as Worcester defeated Reading, and Norfolk gets their 10th win of the season. They defeat Wheeling by that 4-3 score in extra session. Greenville over South Carolina 7-5. Jacksonville defeats Atlanta 2-1. Iowa gets their 3rd road win of the season. They defeat Indy 4-2. And Newfoundland over Adirondack 5-4. Looks like we got about 1 minute until the start of the 3rd period. Utah's down 3-1. Both teams had a first period power play goal. Jimmy Soper and Matt Marshno each scored 5-on-5 goals for Rapid City in the 2nd period. The Rush outshot the Grizzlies 12-6 in the 2nd. As the Rush have outshot the Grizzlies 21-15 through 2 periods. And Guy, first few shifts are in the 3rd period. The Grizzlies going to have to find a way to generate something offensively to get back in this game.
Yeah, Tyson, those first few shifts, those first few minutes are going to be crucial to the outcome of this game. The Grizzlies have to come out, play with speed, set the tone, and play the game their way. I think the next goal has to go the Grizzlies' way, Tyson, or else this one might be too far out of reach. And this is a big game. These are big standing points with Kansas City winning. Rapid City 2 points ahead of the Grizzlies. These are big points. You're going to have to fight for it here. You're only down by 2. You got 20 minutes to get it done.
So Rush 3 and the Grizzlies 1. All right, for some reason, our audio keeps cutting in and out on Flow Sports. We apologize. We'll see if we can keep track of that and reset if we can, as looks like we're about set to start 3rd period action as 20 minutes are put on the stadium scoreboard clock. Rapid City leads 3-1. Guy and I are hanging out at the lobby at Maverick Center. We got Monster Jam over there, and I bet Monster Jam's doing a little bit of a number on our internet connection, so we bear with us as Rapid City wins the draw. They skate from left to right as we see it from Flow Sports. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube. As Brandon Cutler skates in left side, he gets back checked as he'll feed it around the boards. It kind of stays in the near corner. As Kenton Helgeson spins along the far side and glides all the way along the far boards. Icing is called on the Rush as the arm is raised 20 seconds into the 3rd period. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. And it'll be interesting to see that forward line of Tyler Penner, Taryn Pfizer, and Brandon Cutler, see if they'll go to work. Pfizer has a 6-game point scoring streak that's on the line. Brandon Cutler, with a first period assist, extended his point scoring streak to 9 games. Penner will take the draw. Pfizer to his left and Cutler to his right. Taking it for Rapid City is Jimmy Soper in his Rush debut. Soper wins the draw. Rapid City will lift it out to center ice. Rush skate towards the left circle. Take a lefty shot. Saved by Minor, and the puck bounces out of play. As the Rush had a pretty good look off the draw as they fired a pass out to center ice at a 2-on-2. They skated out to the left circle and took a shot, but Minor was able to make the save. Draw's going to be in the left circle of the Grizzlies zone. Both teams make a line change as Logan Nelson will take the draw. Keaton Jamison for Utah. As Jordan Martell and Cameron Ryder, the forwards, along with Jamison. Defensive pairing is McDonald and Martin. Rapid City wins the draw. Zolsdorf with a shot, and it's blocked about 10 feet in front of Minor. As Jamison gets hit by Nelson. As Nelson battles, he gets the puck. He'll skate around the net. He'll feed it to Aliardi. I try to kick it out in front to Fuke, and the Grizzlies got a stick in the way. Now Fuke gets it to the left side, feeds it down the middle for Aliardi. He gets knocked down. Zolsdorf feeds it to the left side. Now Fuke takes a lefty shot. And a save by Minor. I think a delayed penalty is going to be called, and I think it's going to be on Utah as Aliardi slow to get to his feet. It is going to be a delayed penalty on Utah as Rapid City throws the puck around their net kind of dangerously there. As a Rush back to the far side, Grizzlies skating to touch it up. Cameron Wright does so, but it's going to be a power play for Rapid City as the Grizzlies hit Alex Aliardi in the slot as he was looking to take a shot. If you or someone you know been charged with a DUI, Rogers and Russell is Utah's DUI defense firm. Consequences for driving under the influence in Utah are serious, and you need great attorneys on your first line. Look for a letter in the mail from Rogers and Russell inviting you to schedule a free consultation. Don't throw away or disregard this letter. Call and get Utah's best DUI defense team. Rogers and Russell. I think Cameron Wright's in the penalty box, but the official was hanging out behind the score bug, so I couldn't see the signal. Looked like high sticking. As Rapid City wins the face-off, they're on the left point. As the Rush get it across to Matt Marshall, who's already got a goal tonight. He'll throw it to the high slot for a leader. Now to the left side. As the Rush get it to the far goal line. It's Max Cota, sharp angled shot, saved by Minor. Rebound goes out to the slot, and it's taken by Jamison, who clears it out. As it goes all the way in the Rush zone. Wright gets 2 minutes for elbowing. Time of penalty 1:06 into the third period. So that's what the signal he's making behind the score bug was. As Rapid City crosses center ice, gains the line. They spin it around the boards. Cota on the right side. He'll spin it back around behind Utah's net. McDonald gets it and clears it out. Adam Carlson plays the puck behind his net. As he'll spin it to the near side. Brandon Cutler cuts it off. He'll center it to Pfizer. Swings and misses as Cutler fed a pass out in front to him. We're halfway through Rapid City's power play. They skate from left to right as the Rush lead 3-1. 2 minutes into the third period. Rapid City will ricochet off the near boards. It goes to Dylan Fitz, who dumps it back in. As Ryan Zolsdorf gets it, he skates around Carlson's net. Zolsdorf moves ahead to Aliardi, who drew the penalty. Now ahead. Rush to the left side. Will whip it around the boards. Goes back to the right wing. As Parrish throws it to the corner. As Rapid City surveys, they'll get it up top for Zolsdorf. Now back to the left side. As a Rush, feed it back to the right for Aliardi. He fakes a shot, now throws it to the near goal line. As Brett Gravel will throw it up top for Zolsdorf. He'll take a lefty shot. Got redirected and rolls towards the near goal line. Goes back to Gravel. As he'll get it up top to Zolsdorf, who skates to his left. Now he feeds the left circle. As the Rush get it over to Parrish. He'll take a one-timer, and it goes wide on the lefty shot. As Aliardi gets to Zolsdorf, high slot, shot is blocked. Rapid City throws a pass between their legs over to the slot, shot saved by Minor, and the Rush trickle in. They shoot, they score. So it's now a 4-1 game as Rapid City gets their second power play tally of the contest. It looks like skating to the bench first is Whelan Parrish. Parrish, who started the season in the SPHL, it's been a good addition for Rapid City as he high-fives everybody on the Rush bench as he gets his third of the year. Zolsdorf took the shot, bounced off a body or two, and then Parrish threw a pass between his legs into the slot, and then Parrish at the near goal line bounced off a Grizzly, might have bounced off a Strong or Minor, and then trickled into the back of the net as Whelan Parrish scored from behind the Utah goal line. It was a pretty impressive play as Parrish played the angle well. He gets the goal. Zolsdorf and Nelson with the assist. It's a power play goal as Rapid City now leads 4-1. Grizzlies have a lot of work to do as they win the face-off as Andrew Nelson dumps it in. And it goes back to center ice. Puck lifts into the air. As Rapid City pokes it away from Cameron Wright, it rolls towards Nilsson. He'll get it across to Shearer, now back to Nilsson. As Nilsson along the near side, as we're skating 5-on-5. He'll drop it off as Grizzlies cross center. Big-time hit delivered by Zach Court. As the hit was delivered on Cameron Wright, and everybody's going to go after Zach Court as Martell, Andrew Nilsson over there, as well as Wright. And, that was a big-time hit. Luckily, Wright was able to get back to his feet. As Robertson has Cam Strong has Aaron Tho held up. And now Robertson pushes Tho along the glass. Boy, that was a huge hit delivered on Cameron Wright by Zach Court. And then everybody went after Zach Court as everybody is now separated as they cease and desist. I got to think a penalty is going to be called on Court. I don't know, though. It looks like a Grizzlies skating towards the penalty box. Actually, Cameron Wright's getting his stick. It is going to be a penalty on Rapid City as Keegan Iverson actually skates to the penalty box. So I thought Court had delivered the hit, but Iverson goes to the box. As looks like both captains are at center ice as the two referees talk it over. So it looks like the Grizzlies are going to get a power play with 16:37 left in the third. Well, I could tell the one on the jersey, I thought it was either Court or Iverson that delivered the hit. Everybody went after Zach Court. I think it was actually Court that hit him, but we're not going to see a replay, unfortunately. Maybe we will because it is a big hit, and they obviously like showing big hits on these video feeds. But either way, Rapid City pumped up another power play goal, and they lead 4-1. And the Grizzlies, they want to come back in this game. They're going to have to score on this power play right here, right now.
Yeah, Tyson, this is a perfect opportunity for them to get it done. They've already scored once on the power play, so we know it can be done. They're going to have to get a second of the game here and cut into this Rapid City lead.
Watch out for Johnny Walker out in front of the net. He redirected the Andrew Nilsson shot in the first period. Walker's got 6 power play goals this season. He's going to take the face off. Well, it looks like it's not going to be a power play, though, as Cameron Wright's back in the penalty box as well. Either way, 4-on-4, the ice is going to open up a little bit. Draw looked like originally was going to be in the Rapid City zone, but now that they're going to skate 4-on-4, looks like the faceoff is going to come back to neutral ice. So Iverson's in the box for Rapid City, but unfortunately for the Grizzlies, Cameron Wright is also in the penalty box. Walker will take the face-off. Actually, Keaton Jamison's going to take the draw, or Brandon Cutler is. Taryn Fizer's out there as well, as the puck is dropped at center ice, and it's won by Utah's. Taryn Fizer will throw it back to James Shearer, and Shearer drops it off for Fizer, as he'll skate quickly to center ice to the right wing. Fizer gains a line, drops it off for Cutler. Left wing shot goes wide. Puck glides along the far boards. We're skating 4-on-4 as Andrew Nilsson backpedals into his own zone. 16:15 left in the third as Nilsson now at his goal line. He'll wrap it around his own net for Cutler. Cutler on the right side. He'll skate towards his left. He crosses center ice. Cutler gains the line. He skates towards the left side. He's now in the corners. He collides with Colton Leader. Leader takes the puck away from him, and he'll move it ahead. Rapid City crosses center ice 3-on-3. They'll skate in. Soper with a shot. Kick saved by Minor. Rebound goes out to Shearer. He collides with a rush skater in the right corner. He'll get it to Cutler. 15:48 and counting left in the third. Rapid City leads 4-1. Now Taryn Fizer skates to the right circle, takes a shot, and is blocked by Kenton Helgeson. Fizer gets it back, and he spins it towards the near boards. Shearer across to Nilsson. He'll move it ahead as the Grizzlies. Dylan Fitz gets it taken away as Logan Nelson dumps it in. Minor will drift it over to the right corner as Nelson gets it. He gets around Shearer. Sending past Carter Robertson. Shot saved by Minor as puck ends up in the right corner. As Utah has it. As Fitz over towards Martin, who skates towards the near side. Martin gets it out to center ice left wing. He'll chip it to his right as the Grizzlies skate towards the left side. Martell centers it to Fitz, who couldn't get a shot off as he was cutting from the right side. Rapid City gets it as they'll throw it to center ice as the rush at their blue line will feed it across as Rapid City. Short on defensemen, but they've all played well as Quinn Wickers was called up to the AHL earlier today. As Rapid City crosses center, they skate down the middle. Robertson feeds it to his left. A one-timer righty shot goes wide. Puck goes back to the slot. Robertson shot. Glove saved by Minor. Trent holds on. 14:44 left in the third as Trent Minor displaying a quick glove there as the whistle blows. 14:44 left in the third. 4-on-4 action. The Grizzlies had some good looks and just either missed the net or Carlson made the save.
Yeah, Tyson, a lot of wide open ice there on the 4-on-4. I like the speed from the Grizzlies, but they just aren't getting quality shots on net, quality opportunities. I'd like to see them get a little bit better chances here as the game goes on.
Draws in the left circle and it's won by Rapid City as the rush. Hang out in the left circle. They center it and then throw it back up top for Zolsdorf. Back to the right side. Zach Court, one-timer. He shoots. He scores. And the Rush have extended the lead. It's now a 5-1 game. Zach Court skates towards his bench, and he high-fives everybody on the Rapid City side as the Rush in their red jerseys have pumped 5 past Trent Miner. As Court threw it to Zulsdorf in the high slot, back to Court. And there is a couple bodies cutting in front of Trent Miner, and I don't think Trent saw it, as I think his vision was impaired by a couple skaters cutting in front of him from the slot over to the right corners where they were skating. And I think that one you probably can't, you can't pin it on Trent Miner, because I think it's one of those, if he had the vision to see it, he probably would stop it. Draw's going to be at center ice. Everybody's lingering around it for a little bit, so I wonder if Metcalf's going to replace Miner. 14:34 is left in the third. Ryan Zulsdorf and Lucas Fuke got the assist, time of goal 5:26 into the third. So everybody's kind of lingering around. I don't know if they're going to, I mean, it looked like a pretty clean goal, so they're not going to look at it. So we'll see. It's just been another tough night for the Grizzlies, as Rapid City has scored 4 unanswered here in the last period and a half. As the Rush win the face-off as they skate from left to right. Overhead to Matt Marchino. Now feed it to the left side. Miner's still in net. As Rapid City left wing, they take a shot and it gets deflected off of Connor McDonald and goes out of play. The scorebook still has it as a 4-1 game. Now they've changed it to a 5-1 contest, as it's the first of a 2-game series and the first of 6 straight on the road. And the Grizzlies, having lost 3 in a row to Allen, but before that, had won 7 of their last 9. But the Grizzlies, another tough night, as Keaton Jamison will take the draw against Marchino. Marchino's kicked out of the face-off circle. Yamamoto will take the draw, as the face-off won by Rapid City's Matt Marchino, left side. Sharp-angled shot saved by Miner. Rebound goes out to Connor McDonald. Martel takes it from McDonald as he's along the far side. And looks like we get a whistle. And there was some action away from the play, I imagine. Now it looks like Trent Miner's got an issue with his helmet. As play had stopped, Miner puts his helmet back on. 14:16 left in the third. According to the scorebook, Rapid City's taken 33 shots, and the Grizzlies have taken 15. So that means the Grizzlies haven't taken a shot yet in the third period. As a draw won by Utah's Connor McDonald will lift it in the air. Bouncing puck at center ice, goes past Rapid City, 2-on-1. Grizzlies skate in. Martel loses the puck as he's near Keegan Iverson. Martel spins it along the boards as Utah gets hit along the end wall. Rapid City will pitch it out to center. Martin keeps it in from the left point. Now to the left side. Simeone with a shot goes wide. Over to the right side. McDonald gets spun around. Rapid City out to center ice as 3-on-3. They'll move it ahead to Marchino in the high slot. Utah takes it away. Grizzlies cross center. They step over the line to the right point. As Penner skates towards his left, drops it up, but the only guy there was a Rush skater. Skating down the middle and wide open as Jimmy Soper will skate in. He'll take a shot and he scores. Jimmy Soper scored his second of the game, and it's unassisted. And it's now the Rush 6 and the Grizzlies 1. It has been a tough night for Ryan Kanasowicz's crew, as the Rush have now scored 5 unanswered. As Jimmy Soper just skated down Broadway, and he lifted the puck over the left shoulder of Trent Miner. So a good Rapid City debut for Jimmy Soper. He's playing his first game in a Rush uniform. And for Soper, that's now his 5th goal against the Grizzlies this season. Trent Miner looks like he's being pulled, and Garrett Metcalf will be in net. So Metcalf is replacing Trent Miner, as the Rush have scored 6 on 33 shots. The Rush have outshot the Grizzlies 12-0 in the third period. Rapid City wins the faceoff. They're in their own zone as Ryan Zulsdorf in the near side. He'll move it ahead to center. Bounced off the stick of Keegan Iverson. No icing as puck in the right corner. Grizzlies will move it ahead as Utah skates from right to left. To get it out to center ice, James Schur. Right wing dumps it in. Cam Strong chasing after it with great speed. Adam Carlson will spin it over to the far side. Walker feeds it up top to Schur. Fires towards net. Got blocked by Zulsdorf. Puck rolls to the right side for Walker near the boards. Zulsdorf tries to take it away from him. Grizzlies in the right point have a ricochet out to center ice. As Walker dumps it back in, delayed offside as the arm is raised by Carlson and play is stopped. Looks like the Grizzlies are called for offside with 12:56 left in the third. We're back in 1 minute as Garrett Metcalf has replaced Trent Miner. It's the Rush 6 and the Grizzlies 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Neutral zone draw near the Rush bench as Rapid City leads 6-1. Rapid City wins the face-off. They'll throw it out to center ice. Grizzlies get it back and drive it back in. As Adam Carlson plays behind his net, he'll get over to the Rapid City captain, Kenton Helgeson. He'll spin it towards the right side. Grizzlies get in the right point. They take a shot that's blocked. Now Rapid City gets it back as Aliardi crosses center ice. He'll skate towards the high slot. He collides with Connor McDonald and gets divorced from the puck. As it goes back to the corner, as Aliardi has to go behind him, he battles with McDonald who pushes him. Aliardi feeds it to the left point as the Rush fire towards the net, and it's blocked by Martin. As Bryson throws to the near side for Cutler across the center ice. Cutler skates to the right side. He's extended his point-scoring streak to 9 with a first-period assist. He'll feed it across to Martin. It's picked up by Aliardi, who crosses center ice and dumps it in. Puck bounced into the left corner on 2 hops to the ice. As Aaron Tho will move it to the far side. Grizzlies feed it across as Utah crosses center. And Cutler chips it in. Utah makes a line change as Rapid City behind Adam Carlson leads 6-1. Utah trips up Rapid City behind the net, and it's going to be touched up by the Grizzlies. As getting a penalty is Keaton Jamison as he tripped up Keegan Iverson. So Jamison goes to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. 2 minutes for tripping with 11:53 left in the third period. It's the first of a 2-game series. Same teams meet at the Monument. 6:50 pregame show, 7:05 face-off. As the Grizzlies tomorrow night will face Rapid City for the 10th and final time this season. Utah came into play tonight with a record of 5-2-1 against the Rush this season. Draws in the right circle of the Grizzlies zone. Garrett Metcalf is in net replacing Trent Miner. Metcalf's yet to see a shot tonight. As the Grizzlies clear it out, Trent Miner ended the game stopping 27 of 33. As the Rush start the attack as they gain neutral ice, Colton Leader feeds it to his left. Now the Rush enter the zone. As Keanu Yamamoto with 1 goal and 1 assist tonight over to Leader. Now across to Marcineau. As he'll whip it around the boards. It goes behind Utah's net and over to the left side as Yamamoto feeds it to the far goal line. Now they look to center Dakota, who couldn't get a shot off as the Grizzlies got a stick in the way. Utah gets it back to center ice. Rapid City dumps it back in where it's taken by the Grizz. And Aaron Tho will slice it all the way down into the Rapid City zone. Rush get it back and feed it out to center ice. It bounced off a Marcineau stick and goes over to Penner. Now feed the right side. Cutler one-timer, and it goes wide as it rolls along the near boards. Utah had a great look there shorthanded. In fact, the Grizzlies have had 3 or 4 really good looks shorthanded here tonight. Rapid City crosses center ice. Leader gets around Cutler. He'll skate towards the left corner. Now drop it back off as the Rush. Marcineau drops it off. Now across to Brett Gravel. Gravel has a bounce off his stick. He'll skate towards the blue line. He keeps the puck in. As a Rush to the left side, will feed it to the far goal line. As Rapid City gets it up top to the left side, just outside the circle now to the far goal line. They look to center it, and the puck bounced off a Grizzly stick. Now Rapid City will bounce it off the Marcineau stick, and it rolls towards Leader. He feeds it to the left side. 30 seconds left in the power play. As Logan Nelson skates towards the right side, doesn't have a shooting angle, so he'll back it out to the right point. Nelson will skate towards his left. Now throw it to the left circle. Shot! Saved by Metcalf. Rebound goes out to the near goal line as Rapid City over in the corner. Utah battling. Bryson Martin collides with Gravel. Gravel pushes Martin as both guys go down. Puck squirts towards the right point. Zolsdorf skates towards his left. Now he gets to the right side. Now back to Zolsdorf. He's in the left point. He feeds it across to Parrish. Now to the left side. Now Rapid City tried to center it to Tyson Helgeson. Connor McDonald gets a stick in the way. As it goes back over, McDonald glides along the far boards. As out of the penalty box is Keaton Jamison, as it's a successful penalty kill, which is brought to you by Utah Disaster Cleanup. Rush with a shot, saved by Metcalf. Utah gets tripped up in front of the net, no call. Grizzlies clear it out to center, where it's taken back by Zulsdorf. So he'll get it to neutral ice as the Rush will cross center again. Puck ends up going back into the Rush zone as Rapid City chases after it. 9:23 and counting left in the third as the Rush leads 6-1. Rapid City towards the far side, gains center ice. Walker in the area, who loses his stick. As the Rush continue to battle near the Grizzlies bench, Fitz in the area. He gets the puck, he'll throw it back to Shearer, now across to Nilsson. Nilsson feeds a right wing pass to Fitz. Fitz gains the line, but gets divorced in the puck as Rapid City will feed it to the right side. They ricochet off the near boards, delayed offside. Puck glides towards Grizzlies territory. Now Rapid City dumps it back in. As Lucas Fuke chases after it, he gets the puck. He'll skate towards the far side as he collides with Walker. Fuke throws it back to the corner that he vacated. Rapid City feeds the middle, looking for Coda, and Utah pokes it away. Grizz gather the puck, and they'll carry it out to center ice and dump it in. As Rapid City's Carlson plays behind his net. He'll give it over to Iverson, as the Grizzlies have yet to take a shot on Carlson here in the third period. Over to the left side, Rapid City gains the line. They look to center it. Puck ends up poking back to the left side as Rapid City throws to the point. Now they'll dish it across the right side for Leader. I tried to find Coda in front of the net and sure got a stick in the way. Puck glides towards the left side. Rapid City spins it back around to the right. Leader feeds the left point. Somebody behind the score bug will spin it around the wall as Gravel in the right corner collides with Simeone. As over in the area over there now, centering pass shot saved by Metcalf. As Rapid City left circle, they feed it across. Grizzlies get a stick in the way. Rapid City in the right point, spins it around the wall. As Cutler's on the ice, he gets the puck and he'll skate around Metcalf. Less than 8 minutes left in regulation as Cutler will ricochet it off the far boards. Now Rapid City gets it back as they make a line change. As Leader, as center ice in the right wing, spins it around the wall. And the puck over to the far side. Grizzlies get knocked down, but taking the puck is Johnny Walker. Now Fitz to make that Pfizer. He's got 12 goals this season. He's got a point in 6 straight. Still looking to extend it to 7. As Martin will throw up around his net. Pfizer gets it back in the far side. He'll throw it back to the near side for McDonald. Grizzlies captain back after missing 3 straight games. He'll throw it to Shearer. Now to Pfizer at center ice. It bounced off his stick and goes to Tyson Helgeson. Across to Zulsdorf, who dumps it in. Metcalf plays it behind his net. He'll throw it to McDonald on the far side. McDonald skates towards his right. He'll stop as Rapid City retreats defensively. As McDonald, 7 minutes left in regulation, he'll nudge it to the near side. Grizzlies throw a blue line pass from Fitz to Martell, dumps it in. As Jordan Stone delivers a big-time hit. And it looks like Stone ends up hitting Adam Carlson. We're going to get a big-time fight as everybody goes after Jordan Stone. Boy, it looks like we got a line brawl now as everybody going after Jordan Stone as he collided with the Rapid City goaltender, Adam Carlson. Kyle Pouncey in the area as Keegan Iverson holds up a Grizzly. Martell's on 2 knees. And looks like everybody's going after Stone. Andrew Nilsson gets back to his feet. And looks like we got a yard sale in the Rapid City zone. As Adam Carlson back to his feet as he's being looked at by the Rapid City trainer. 6:49 left in the third period. That might be the last we see of Jordan Stone tonight, I imagine. As Stone gets back to his feet. I don't know if we're going to see a replay. It looks like the referee's telling Jordan Stone that the locker room's this way. As it looks like Stone is getting thrown out of the game. As Stone will exit. As he looks over towards Carlson. Now Stone will walk off the ice. Stone has a couple words for a fan. As Carlson got back to his feet. Stone now will walk towards the locker room. Looks like Carlson's going to stay in the game and be okay. But it looked like Stone delivered a hit in the rush zone. Then he skated behind the net. That's where Carlson was. And then before you knew it, Carlson went down. And then everybody from Rapid City went after Stone, and that was the end of the play with 6:49 left in the third. You know, Stone's a physical player, and wish we got to see a replay to see just how close and how much contact he made with Carlson.
Yeah, Tyson, it would be nice to see a replay on a play like this. But Stone, you mentioned he brings a lot of physicality to his game. Just wrong place, wrong time there. Good to see Carlson was okay. But I like that the Grizzlies came out and stood up for their teammate. You mentioned having a yard sale in that line brawl. Good to see everybody involved sticking up for their teammate regardless of the play. So
it's the Rush 6 and the Grizzlies 1. 6:49 left in the third. It might take him a little bit to sort this out. We saw Keegan Iverson skate into the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell for Rapid City. Somebody's probably going to have to represent Stone in the penalty box as he's gone to the locker room. As the Rush lead the Grizzlies 6-1. And really for the Grizzlies, regardless of what the scoreboard says tonight, you just have to continue to keep battling and play good hockey. Just continue to battle and see if they can find something offensively. Unfortunately for the Grizzlies, they haven't necessarily played good hockey in the last 4 games. I think everybody in the locker room would be the first to admit it. But, for Utah, I think the thing is, it's just obvious. Look at the shot count in the third period. Rapid City's got 15, and the Grizzlies haven't taken a shot here in the third.
Yeah, I think that speaks for itself. The Grizzlies have not taken a shot through about 13 minutes of play in this period, and Rapid City's just been taking it to them. And I think the problem for the Grizzlies throughout most of the season has been the fact that they have had trouble scoring 5-on-5, and tonight has been no different. Their only goal came on the power play. And so for the Grizzlies, if you're going to make a run at a playoff spot, a playoff push, you're going to have to find a way to score 5-on-5.
Rapid City is 2 for 4 on the power play. Utah is 1 for 4. There's 2 referees tonight. Looks like Logan Gruel is talking with Scott Burp, one of the linesmen's over there, and I imagine the other referee and the other linesman, Benjamin Gallick and Casey Terrari, are over near the Grizzlies bench talking with Ryan Kanasowicz. So Stone's in the locker room right now. So he ran into Adam Carlson. Looked like Carlson's going to be okay and stay in the game. Now, Rapid City's backup as Danil Chechelev, who's played a lot of games for Rapid City. He got called up to the AHL's Calgary Wranglers. Their backup is Nicholas Latinovich, who comes over from the SPHL as he's yet to play a game with Rapid City. He just signed earlier this week. Rapid City is short a defenseman. They're really short defensemen as Colton Leader and Keegan Iverson. Normally forwards are playing a defensive role. It looks like Leader's pretty much now a defenseman at this point. Iverson's playing a defensive role as Quinn Wickers, one of their big defensemen who's got 4 assists in 35 games, as he was called up to the AHL. Actually, was loaned to the San Diego Gulls earlier today. So it's the Rush 6 and the Grizzlies 1. We're continually checking the box score on the ECHL app to see if it updates to tell us about these penalties. As Iverson's in the box for Rapid City, Stone's in the locker room, and unfortunately, we're not sure about all the details. But the White Rush leads 6-1 with 6:49 left in the third. Looks like the fans are having a good time. Looks like a pretty good Friday night crowd over at the Monument, and they're expecting a big crowd tomorrow as well. 6:50 pregame show, 7:05 face-off. Then after that, the Grizzlies will be in Greenville next Wednesday. Next Friday, the Grizzlies are going to meet the Savannah Ghost Pirates for the first time ever. Then the road trip concludes with a 2-game set over in Orlando, Florida. That's going to be a Sunday-Monday series, February 19th and 20th. Well, the draw is going to be at neutral ice. We'll be counting bodies to see how many are out there for both sides, as I think we're skating 5-on-5 as the Rush leads 6-1. Rapid City will skate out to center ice as the Rush will dump it in. Garrett Metcalf, who replaced Trent Miner after Rapid City's 6th goal, will throw it to the near side. Now ahead to Cutler. He'll feed it to the right side as it bounced off the boards. Rapid City skates around. They get the puck as Helgeson collides with a Grizzly. Cutler comes out of the pile with the puck. He'll throw it to the right side. Now back to the right corner as the Grizzlies nudge it back up top for Nilsson. He'll throw it to Cutler as he's on the left side. As Cutler drops it off for Nilsson. Back to Cutler in the left corner. Rapid City gets a stick in the way as Cutler battles with Zach Quart. Quart will nudge it ahead. As Rapid City gets it in the slot, they'll skate down the middle as they skate from left to right as they cross center ice. Now they feed it over to Lucas Fuke. He centers it, but nobody's home for Rapid City as it rolls towards the near boards. As Carter Robertson gets it taken away by Tho. Tho on the left side, surrounded by 3 Rush skaters, will spin it along the walls. It goes back to the right point. Grizzlies will whip it back around to the left side. Tho gets the puck as he collides with a Rush skater. Tho spins it back to the far side as Tyson Helgeson will move it ahead to Carter Robertson. Robertson, one of Rapid City's most dependable defensemen. He'll throw it to the right side for Marchino. As Rapid City gains the offensive line, Grizzlies have 4 skaters on the ice. Right side, Marchino shot, saved by Metcalf. As Tho collides with the boards, he gets up slowly. Kyle Pouncey gets the puck. As he'll get to neutral ice, he'll nudge it to the right side as the Grizzlies get it back around to the right side, take a righty shot, saved by Carlson. It might have gone wide, tough to track it. As Fitz throws it to the slot, Martell gets it. He skates towards the right circle. He loses the puck. He'll chase after it. He gets it back. Martell skates towards his left. He feeds it to the left circle for Fitz, who takes a shot. Saved by Carlson. Rebound goes back over to Rapid City as Tyson Helgeson skates around his net. He'll move it ahead to Aliardi or make that Marchino. Iverson's out of the box, and he'll join the play. As Rapid City skates down the middle. His leader with a shot, and it goes wide. Now, Rapid City's on a power play for 3 minutes. As I imagine, Stone's penalty is a major. Leader throws it to the near side. Now back to Leader. So he'll feed it to the high slot as Yamamoto switches places with Leader. He's now on the right side. He skates towards the circle casually. Stops in the corner, throws it up top for Leader. Now to the left side as Rapid City throws it back to Yamamoto. He tried to kick it across. Yamamoto gets it back, throws it to Leader, back to Yamamoto. Right side, he'll take a righty shot, and he hits the side of the net. As Rapid City gets it, nudges it back to Yamamoto, who's in the corner now. So he'll spin it around. Martin takes it away as he'll throw it to the far side. Grizzlies will clear it out. Stone got a 10-minute misconduct and a 5-minute charging major and a cross-checking minor. Iverson gets 2 minutes for high sticking. He's out of the box now as Rapid City's on the power play for 2 more minutes. There's less than 4 minutes left in regulation as Rapid City leads by a 5-goal margin, 6-1, as Aliardi gets over to the left side. Now up top is the rush. Fake a shot. Throw it over to Marshall. Take a righty shot. Saved by Metcalf. Rebound goes to Utah as Terran Pfizer clears it all the way out. As it goes deep into the rush zone. Grizzlies make a line change, I imagine. As the rush skate around Carlson's net. As Utah has taken 1 shot here in the third period. Over to Coda on the right side. He'll dump it in. McDonald chases it down to the Utah goal line. He'll spin it along the far boards. As Carlson behind his net. We'll throw it back to the far side. As the rush skate from left to right here in the third period. As Johnny Walker is shadowing Rapid City. As Parrish will throw it across to Marchino across the center. He'll drop it out for Coda as he steps over the blue line. Coda to the right side, gets it up top for Robertson. Robertson takes a lefty shot, save, rebound shot. And that one goes wide on the second look. Puck glides towards the left point. Rush keep it in. Marchino has to go between his legs. He gets it back in the right point. He'll feed it to the left circle. It's Nelson. Casually holds on to it in the left circle. Now he feeds it to the high slot. Robertson shot, and it's blocked. It was blocked by Johnny Walker. Gets up slowly as Walker gets back to his feet. Oh, he's hurting. Walker tries to clear it out, and Walker is limping badly. As Marchino drops off to the right side as Walker will skate off the ice slowly. Back to the right side for Court. He feeds it across to the far goal line as Rapid City chips it back across. One-timer, and they score. And that's Zach Court's second of the game as the Rush have kicked the extra point. It's a power play goal, and they've now taken a 7-1 lead. That's Court's second of the game and 4th of the season. As the Rush really did a good job working the puck from side to side. As looked like Nelson from the left side fed it across to Court. He got a one-timer and got it past Garrett Metcalf. 29 seconds left in the Rapid City major power play. 2:18 left in the third. And it's been another tough night for the Grizzlies. As the draw at center ice is won by Rapid City. They'll skate towards the middle. Grizzlies do a good job cutting it off. James Scher with a good defensive play. Grizzlies move it ahead. Rapid City picks it off at center ice as Keegan Iverson drops it off for Zach Court looking for the hat trick. He'll take a shot saved by Metcalf. Rebound. Grizzlies protect the net as they push Rapid City towards the corner. Less than 2 minutes left in regulation. Grizzlies moving out to center ice as Andrew Nilsson to the right. Stops the point. Looks to center it to Shearer. Pass goes off a couple sticks. And Rapid City gathers it. They'll carry it out to center ice. Rush will cross center. And they'll fire a shot. Metcalf gets a piece of it as it goes off the glass. Pfizer gathers it. And so he'll throw it across. 1.5 minutes left in the third. As Nilsson feeds it to Martin on the left side, he crosses center ice. Martin drops it off for Cutler. Cutler's at neutral ice. He'll skate back towards his net. Now he'll feed it across as the Grizzlies captain throws it back towards the middle. As Utah at neutral ice will cross center. Cutler moves it in. Simeone chasing after it. He gets it behind Rapid City's net. He gets pushed towards the near corner. Simeone still has the puck. He'll throw it up top for Martin. Across to McDonald, who tries to get around a Rapid City skater and Gravel. McDonald tried to chip it across. It goes past everybody as it rolls towards the near boards on the left point. Martin keeps it in. Now McDonald left wing shot. Saved by Carlson. Shot was taken high, but Carlson gathered it without a rebound. He's had a good game, stopping 16 of 17 as the whistle blows with 58 seconds left in regulation. Same teams tomorrow. 6:50 pregame show, 7:10 face-off. As the Rush have had their way tonight. Grizzlies came into play with a standing point in 5 straight games against Rapid City, and that looks like it comes to an end. Rapid City's 5-game losing streak will come to an end. The Grizzlies' losing streak will now be at 4. As the Grizzlies take a shot from the left point, Rapid City clears it out. Martin gets the puck, or make that Nilsson. He skates around Metcalf's net. 43 seconds left in the third as the Grizzlies skate from right to left as they move it out to neutral ice. Dylan Fitz gets it poked away. He gets it back, and he tried to get it over to Penner. He got held up. Rapid City gets it back in the right wing. Iverson lifts it high into the air. It's gloved by Metcalf about waist high. They'll drop it and give it to McDonald. Puck bounced off the stick of a Grizzly who goes out and gets it. Now Zach Court gets it. He falls down on his own. Martin will take the puck and he'll ricochet it off the far boards. Throw goes to center ice. Grizzlies make their last line change of the game. As over to the near side is Rapid City. As Iverson will throw it back deeper in the Rush zone. Less than 10 seconds left in the third. And the Rush are just going to watch the time run out. 2 seconds left, 1, and that will do it. Final score, Rapid City 7 and Utah 1. Post-game show starts in 1 minute. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Maverick's new Bean to Cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Final score over from the Monument. Rapid City 7, Utah 1. The Rush scored first, 13:52 into the contest as Keanu Yamamoto got his 11th of the year. Matt Marshall and Max Cota with the assist. It was a power play goal. Rapid City was 3 for 5 on the power play tonight. Grizzlies got a power play of their own. 15:41 into the first as Johnny Walker gets his 10th of the year as he redirected an Andrew Nilsson shot. Brandon Cutler also got an assist as he now has a point in 9 straight games. The first goal of the game is brought to you by Optum. Optum is committed to making healthcare work better, leading the way to better experiences, better health, and lower costs for you. That's Optum Healthcare. Rapid City, the score is tied at 1 after 1 period, and the shots were even at 9. Guy and I observed that it was a very, very evenly played first period, and that's because it was. In the second frame, Rapid City scored twice as Jimmy Soper gets what is counted as a game winner. He gets his 17th of the season and first in a Rapid City uniform as he was making his Rush debut. He was acquired in a trade with Norfolk. Originally, he was traded from Tulsa to Norfolk. My guess is he didn't report to Norfolk, who then traded him over to Rapid City. He made his Rush debut tonight and scored 2 goals tonight. His first was the game winner. 3:24 into the second. Max Cota and Brett Gravel got the assists. Later in the second, the Rush got a 5-on-5 goal as Matt Marshall scored his 19th of the year. Keanu Yamamoto got the main assist, and Zach Court also got a helper. That made it a 3-1 game, and it stayed that way through the end of the second period. Rush outshot the Grizzlies 12-6 in the second. The Rush in the third period scored 4 goals as they outshot the Grizzlies 20-2 in the third period. Waylon Parrish got his 3rd of the year. It was a power play goal. Brett Gravel and Ryan Zolsdorf with the assists. Zach Court added a 5-on-5 goal, 5:26 into the third. And then exactly 1 minute later, Grizzlies turned over the puck, and then Jimmy Soper just kind of skated down Broadway, or skated down the middle, and fired it past Trent Miner. And he got his 2nd of the game and 18th of the season. At that point, Miner was pulled in favor of Garrett Metcalf. Miner stopped 27 of 33. Metcalf stopped 7 of 8. in the rest of regulations. He played the final 12 minutes and 35 seconds. Actually played a little bit more than that, as the looked like he played the final 13 minutes and 34 seconds. He stopped 8 of 9. Rapid City scored once. It was a 5-on-4 goal to make it 7-1. As Zach Court got a second of the game. Nelson and Robertson with the assists. It was a one-timer from the right circle. And that was all she wrote. As the Rush, it's actually a 21-2 edge in the second period in the shot count. As the Rush ended up out shooting the Grizzlies 42-17. And looks like at the very end of regulation, Ryan Zolsdorf got a roughing minor at the end of regulation. But obviously it doesn't matter as the game's over at that point. Early when the score, when there was no score early in the game, 1:48 into the first period, Logan Nelson got a penalty shot. I think in my memory, that might be the first penalty shot we've seen in a Grizzlies game this season. It was taken by Nelson, and Trent Miner made the save. And I think penalty shooters in the league, if I remember right, are something like 4 for 15. There's not a whole lot. It's not a very high percentage, of converting on penalty shots. So, Miner, I didn't think played a bad game. It was just one of those that, there's a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of grade A chances for Rapid City tonight. And, the Rush earned the 2 standings points as they get a 7-1 victory. We mentioned Brandon Cutler did extend his point scoring streak to 9 games as he assisted on the Johnny Walker goal. For Utah, Cameron Wright had 4 shots. Dylan Fitz and Walker each had 3 shots. Obviously, one of Walker's 3 found the back of the net. 2 shots for the captain, Connor McDonald, and then a few other Grizzlies had 1 shot. For Rapid City, Matt Marshall led the way with 7 shots. He had 1 goal and 1 assist. Keanu Yamamoto had 1 goal and 1 assist. Zach Court had 2 goals and 1 assist. And Jimmy Soper, in his Rapid City debut, had 2 goals. And Adam Carlson got the win in net, stopping 16 of 17. But, where do you even start? The Grizzlies coming off a tough series against the Allen Americans where they were outscored 18-4. I think they were hoping for a bounce-back effort tonight. Well, the first period was very evenly played. Both teams had a power play goal and both teams had 9 shots. And then the final 40 minutes, unfortunately, was just too much Rapid City. As the Grizzlies have now lost 4 in a row, and Rapid City's 5-game losing streak comes to an end. But it's kind of tough to explain because, the Grizzlies, before the Allen series, were playing really good hockey for about 3 straight weeks, but they just, unfortunately, they've just, quite frankly, not looked very good in the last 4 games. And I think they were hoping for a bounce-back effort tonight, and it looks like tomorrow they're going to be hoping for that bounce-back effort. It was good to see Cameron Wright be aggressive offensively, but unfortunately, another tough night for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Tyson, and I think in a game like this, I think we got to start with the positives, right? And I think the power play, getting a goal, I think that's good. Something that they weren't able to do against Allen very often was score on the power play. And so to see that finally just get one in, I think that's good. I think that finally breaks the funk that they've been in. And then the thought that the first period was really strong. And I think that's what makes this game so disappointing is the Grizzlies came out and they were toe-to-toe with the Rush. I mean, we were tied 1-1 going into the first intermission. Shots were even. The Grizzlies were playing great hockey. And it's like, okay, here we go. And I think that might be the problem. I think the problem might have been after the first period, the Grizzlies may have sat back and said, you know what? Last series, we swept these guys. We can play them really well. And they just set it on cruise control. And the Rapid City Rush, they didn't sit it on cruise control, and they really just hammered it over the last couple of periods. And I think that third period is jarring because it's so stark in contrast to what the Grizzlies did in the first period. I mean, 2 shots to 21 in a period that just can't happen. You're not going to win playing that kind of hockey. And that outshot 42-17 in this game. It's just really tough. And you think about the Grizzlies now being outscored 25-5 over the course of this losing streak. It doesn't look very good, and it's not good. And I think if you're Ryan Kanasowicz and Jared Pike, you got a lot of work on your hands, but there's still time to turn it around. There's a lot of games left to be played. This isn't a moment in the season where you can kind of just, bow out. You're right in the thick of the playoff race, but they got to find a way to right the ship soon.
And they're only a couple games away from a playoff spot, but they just, as you mentioned, the first period shots were even at 9. Things were looking good in the last 2 periods. We were outshot 33-8. It's hard to really hard to really play well when that's the case. It's just one of those things where, you'd love to find a way to just keep battling. And it's just like tonight, it was just, it just didn't happen. And I think, going into the third period, we're talking about how the Grizzlies needed a high shot count. They went the first 13 minutes in the third period and didn't get a shot. These are tough post-game shows to talk about because, you did mention the positives. I mean, Brandon Cutler, the power play. I thought the Grizzlies actually had 4 or 5 really good looks shorthanded. They either missed the net or Carlson made the save. But, it's tough to come up with positives when you get outplayed as badly as they did in the final 2 periods. And it's tough to do because, it's like you'd like to talk about good things that are going on with the team. And really, it's just, I think that what makes it so disappointing the last 4 games is just the fact that the Grizzlies are coming off a very successful month of January. They were playing really good hockey. It wasn't just that they were winning, but they were winning against good teams. Rapid City's not a bad team, even though they've got some injuries right now. It's just, getting a 3-game sweep against that team at Maverick Center. I mean, it felt like an accomplishment because you beat a team with really good forwards. You went out to BOK Center, won 2 out of 3 games against Tulsa. And before that, you won 2 out of 3 games against arguably the best team in the league in Idaho. With the series finale being really a big-time win on Martin Luther King Day on January 16th. I think it makes it frustrating because you could see the Grizzlies are certainly capable of being a great team when they play their style of hockey, when they're toe-and-toe in terms of scoring chances, when you're getting good goaltending, when you're dominating the special teams like the Grizzlies did for most of January. I think that's what makes it tough to see, nights like tonight and, games like we saw last week against Allen, is the fact the Grizzlies are capable of being a really good team. And unfortunately, the last 4 games, we just haven't seen that.
Yeah, Tyson, I think that's just it. I think the problem here tonight is that it's very disappointing to see the Grizzlies go out and put up the performance that they did in the last 2 periods because we know this team is better than this. This is a good team that the Grizzlies have put together. We saw that in January. We saw. I mean, the Grizzlies went toe-to-toe with the Idaho Steelheads and won a series against them. I don't think anybody else in the league has done that this year. Like, the Grizzlies went out and they did it. And so to see this team now, it's just really disappointing because we know that they're so much better than that. And it's just really tough. And now you think about the possibility of having another man go out with Johnny Walker. He was limping towards the bench towards the end of that third period. It's been a next man up mentality for the Grizzlies so far this season. Somebody's going to have to step up and find a way to turn this thing around.
Yeah, Walker blocked a shot in the third period. Hopefully it's just a bruise and that, just put some ice on it tonight, and you hope that he responds tomorrow and is able to go. Who knows about the availability of Jordan Stone, who got the major penalty as he ran into Adam Carlson behind Rapid City's net. I think the good thing, though, is you got a quick turnaround to tomorrow. It's just like tough night tonight. You just bounce back and get after it again tomorrow. Usually when you take on Rapid City in a 2-game set, you end up splitting those series, especially in Rapid City, and that's still a possibility. The Grizzlies are going to have to come out and play a good 60 minutes. And, he can still get a series split and then move on to Greenville, Savannah, and then 2 games against Orlando. And so, everything's still out in front of the Grizzlies. I mean, it's 4 tough games, but, you hope that tomorrow night the Grizzlies can just come out, establish themselves early. And it looked like for the most part they did that tonight early on in this game. Played a pretty even first period, but you just got to come out, set the tone early, and, see if you can come away with a series split. And that's really all the Grizzlies can do at this point.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree with that. And I think that, there's still 5 games left on this road trip. There's still a lot of games left to be played in the season, a lot of which are at Maverick Center, which I think is in the Grizzlies' favor. But if the Grizzlies want a chance to win these games, they're going to have to find a way to handle the puck better and make better decisions with the puck. I think that was one of the big turning points in this game where we saw a few goals go Rapid City's way because the Grizzlies were careless with the puck and turned it over. And I also think those battles in the yellow, and when I say that, I mean that yellow line that goes around the boards, those puck battles, the Grizzlies were constantly losing those battles in the second and third period. If they're going to turn this thing around, they have to find a way to start winning those battles, winning those races to the puck. The Grizzlies are a speedy team. We've seen that this year. Utilize your speed. The Grizzlies need to do that. And if they can do that, I have a good feeling that they can turn this thing around and make a push for the playoffs.
Grizzlies are without maybe 2 of their fastest players in Zach Sekos and Dakota Raby, but even then, the Grizzlies' speed is more than just, 2 guys. And so, the Grizzlies have had some injuries, but so too have Rapid Cities. They're without some good forwards as well. And so, I think for the Grizzlies, you just have to find a way tomorrow to bounce back and even up the series, as both teams will face each other at 7:05. It'll be the 10th and final meeting between these clubs. Utah does have a record of 5-3-1 against Rapid City, so they've shown that they can beat Rapid City and they can win in that building, as the Grizzlies got 3 out of 6 standings points over at the Monument in early January. But, the Grizzlies are just going to have to come out and put together a good effort. I don't know if Lucas Preek made the trip. He missed tonight's game as he's serving a 1-game suspension. Now, remember, Preek was Rapid City's starting goaltender last year, and, he's played Rapid City twice, but both of those games have been at Maverick Center. So he hasn't actually played Rapid City in their building. I don't know if he made the trip. He might have, and if he is, is it going to be him and net, or is it going to be either a Minor or Metcalf, as we saw both of those guys tonight? And so it'll be interesting to see. And obviously, Lucas Preek, one of those guys, he's a pretty outgoing, emotional player, and certainly him in that building would be interesting on a Saturday night. But I'm not sure if he made the trip. Obviously, he missed tonight, serving a 1-game suspension. Well, the 3 stars of the game, Keanu Yamamoto is the 3rd star. He had 1 goal and 1 assist and a +2 rating. The number 2 star is Zach Court, who had 2 goals and 1 assist and a +2 rating. Jimmy Soper, in his Rapid City debut, scored 2 goals, including the game winner. That was scored 3:24 into the second period. Soper, a +2 rating and 4 shots. He is the number 1 star of the game. Now, these are usually tough ones to talk about afterwards because, just because, Rapid City outplayed Utah tonight. And so you're just going to have to come back and, as we mentioned, a quick turnaround. Just see if the Grizzlies can even up the series and end the 4-game losing streak. But, Brandon Cutler did score another point, as he's now got a 9-game point scoring streak. And really, I think tomorrow, if you're looking about, things that really can go the Grizzlies' way, I really think, Pfizer's 6-game point scoring streak came to an end, but he still has a point in 6 of his last 7. If it's going to be that same line of Cutler, Pfizer, and Penner, I could see that line doing some damage tomorrow. And the Grizzlies tomorrow are probably going to need that line to continue to produce.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. I think that's been the Grizzlies' best scoring line since they came together, that Cutler, Pfizer, Penner connection. I like it. I like what I've seen from them so far. Look for them to be the line that maybe jumpstarts things for the Grizzlies in tomorrow's game. I think if the Grizzlies can get the first goal and it comes from one of those guys, or maybe on the power play, that could be just what the Grizzlies need to take that and start running. We've seen this team do before. There's no reason to believe that they can't do it again.
The pick-to-click segment has been squashed. It's going to be the first goal of the game presented by Optum. Who's going to get the first goal of the game for Utah tomorrow? Obviously, we'll sleep on it, and we'll give you our picks tomorrow, but we want that on the Grizzlies live chat starting tomorrow here on YouTube, as well as Flow Sports. Hey, double dip. Watch the game on Flow Sports and have the YouTube feed up as well, so you can help us out a little bit.
Well, and don't forget, if you're all watching on Flow Sports, you don't have to go to the YouTube side of things. We are on Twitter. We're both on Twitter, so you can go, and we usually tweet our pick-to-clicks before the game, so if you want a sneak peek of who we're going to maybe pick.
No, pick-to-clicks, first goal of the game.
Oh, first goal of the game. Oh, my gosh. See, I'm already tripping up. So it's a new thing. We're going to have to get into a rhythm. Open, first goal of the game. You can go to our Twitter pages and find out who we're going to pick, and then you can reply to either of us, and that'll count as a submission as well.
Grizzlies fall tonight 7-1 to the Rapid City Rush. Next broadcast of Grizzlies hockey will be tomorrow night, 6:50 pregame show, 7:05 face-off. Guy and I are going to be here in the lobby at Maverick Center as monster trucks made a lot of noise tonight, and they'll probably make a lot of noise. They got 2 shows, and hey, if you're in the West Valley area, come on down and enjoy some Monster Jam here at Maverick Center. They got the dirt all over the ice. I have no clue how they're going to have all that dirt on the ice on Saturday, and then 2 days later, the Salt Lake City Stars are going to play a basketball game in the same arena. I don't know about you, but I'm not sure I want to necessarily be somebody cleaning up that dirt after Saturday.
Yeah, Tyson.
In fact, I think there's actually a show here tomorrow on Sunday, so they're going to have a quick turnaround to get the dirt out of here.
Yeah, this might be one of those times where I'm glad we're in the lobby. Usually I like being out there, but this is one of those times where, you know what, being in here isn't so bad, but we got a heck of a crew here at the Maverick Center, and I'm sure they find a way to get that done. But, hey, if you're not going to Monster Trucks, hang out with us tomorrow evening as we've got another game here. You mentioned a new day for the Grizzlies, another game. Plug away, 6:50 pregame show. It's Grizzlies in the Rush. Let's see if the Grizzlies can turn this thing around.
I'm optimistic about tomorrow. Grizzlies going to have to get off to a fast start, and we'll see if we can end the 4-game losing streak. Well, that'll wrap things up as we're at Maverick Center. The Grizzlies were over at the Monument in Rapid City. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, if not necessarily the final outcome. Once again, in 2 hours and 25 minutes and in front of 3,327 over at the Monument, Rapid City defeats Utah 7-1 as Johnny Walker scored Utah's lone goal. It was his 6th power play tally of the season and 10th overall as he joins the double-digit goal-scoring club, as Cameron Wright and Taryn Fizer are tied for the club lead with 12 goals. Brandon Cutler also has 10 goals this season. Cutler did get an assist. He now has a point in 9 straight games. Andrew Nilsson gets his 16th power play assist of the season, as the Grizzlies went 1 for 4 on the power play. Rapid City was 3 for 5. For Guy Chiarenza, I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. You're on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.